Evening. Good to have you all here.
Good morning, Sriram,
Hi,
and
good
good
morning.
morning, all.
Good morning.
Great.
Good morning.
Morning, everyone.
Amazing. Good to have you all. Thanks a lot for being here on time. Quickly confirm you are able to hear me well and also you can see me.
Yes, Ram.
Yes, yes.
Yes, we
Very
can.
good. Very good. Nice. Do anyone want to show your smiley face? Would you like to prefer it? Okay, couple of them coming up. All right. So I know it's a weekend. Usually weekend we are not in a prepared mode to be available like a corporate days. By the way, thanks a lot for coming up here. This is going to be our Agile learning program. So what is Agile learning program? We're going to talk more about PMI-ACP. It's going to be a few weeks of classes. I have people who are with me from previous batches or PMP or pretty new here. So we're going to do a good in-depth learning about Agile and we are going to get certified. Why a certification is so important? Ideally, to get a good job, Shriram, good salary hike, of course. That is part of it, but I would say that as you get a certification, first thing what you get is self-confidence. Salary comes later, promotion comes later. First, you get the self-confidence. It's something like for a festival, we buy a new dress. Okay, you bought a new dress for the festival. On that day, when you wear the dress and you walk to your relatives, a friend's place, some sort of confidence you will feel within you. You don't know why. Nothing but you paid some money and you got your new material. So just doing that gives you a set of confidence. If that's the case, if you're going to sit and read and learn and get certified, that's really going to add value. Now, why PMI-ACP? That's a big question from everyone here because market is with the too many certificates. At present, we don't know which one to go. Why PMI-ACP? I'll tell you. The first thing is the certificates content. Always you choose a certificate by the content. What they cover here. If I want to join an MBA in an institution, I would like to see what is the content they cover. Then comes their fame and the name of the institution. So now PMI-ACP has such a broad content. And the second thing is the level of exam intensity. There are certain exams, even I have taken it. You don't need to read. You just be there, you will clear the exam. You'll be like, man, what is this? But this PMI-ACP will make you to sit and learn the exam. It is something like going to through a tough process makes you to read properly. So to kickstart this morning, to kickstart this program, I want to tell that you have chosen the best certificate in the market called PMI-ACP, Agile Certified Practitioner. So this is going to make your knowledge very broad, put your broad and basement there, which is going to help you to become an agile leader. Shriram, where there's a leader coming in. If you want to become a leader, you should have knowledge in different segments. You cannot tell that I'm so good in Scrum. I'm very good in Kanban. Yeah, it is fine, but that alone will not make you a leader. A leader is expected to have knowledge in a few more segments. So PMI-ACP will put you on a spot to learn lean management. It helps you to learn what is a servant leader. It helps you to talk about what is called value delivery. So all these things going to happen in this program. So congratulations and good wishes for the people here. And let us make this program interesting. It's going to happen few weeks and we'll make it happen, right? So with this, we'll kickstart. Once again, good morning, good evening for the people around here. I believe people are from different time zones. Anyone here very early in the morning, pretty early in the morning? Okay. Shiram, I'm in India. It's 8 a.m. pretty early in the morning, 10 a.m. pretty early in the morning on a weekend. Anyone very late in the night? Could be from different time zones, late in the night. All right. So yeah, Anand, you want to say something?
No, it's afternoon over here.
Afternoon, almost lunchtime, huh? Almost. Okay, right. After lunch, it'll be like a sleepy, drowsy mode. All right, good. So there is some change in my time zone now. So that's the reason classes has been planned in a different way. I believe it's going to be a little tough for the people from US because for them it's going to be pretty late in the night. So it's pretty tough for them. But again, we have to accommodate. That's the reason we are starting this class today. I know there is a delay of nearly a month of time to start this ACP classes. I have people who already started listening the sessions. I welcome you all in the sense of you started listening already. The content is really good. We will go through step-by-step learning process. I have people very good in Agile in our forum. Some are really, really good in the sense of they're working in Agile for more than a few number of years. They have come across a different variety of problems. So this course is not a one single tablet to make you super good. This course will put you in a track and make you to sit and read per day. That is what it can do you. Because with the running days, what is happening is we don't find time to sit and read these kind of courses. And when you see others reading, you get tempted. You open the book and you start reading. So now, as we have a lot of experts in this group, we are going to learn together and we will have some workshop where we have to work together. And we have a WhatsApp group where we will share knowledge. We will discuss about questions. And every week we have agile test. We have to talk about it. Now, these all put you in a front line to make you a better person in the job where you are working. Also, you can go for a new jobs in the market. I have I have few bunch of people after the classes, they personally message me, hey, I got a better job. I got this, I got that. So it's happening. Also, there are some people who scold me. Nothing I got, Shriram. Applying resume 3 months, nobody calling me. So we should know the other side also. We cannot think always life is great. In the movie, they show love story. Once a love is success, it looks like beautiful. We have to see the part two. After love success, what is happening? Same way, there are people suffering there because I don't expect everyone as a superstar. Everyone has their own strength and weakness. But one thing I found weakness is with many people who really suffer, they don't carry that term we called as confidence. It's very evident in the interview, the way you sit, the way you talk, the way you present. It shows, man, you are not strong on your foot. So many people lose their job because of that self-doubt will lie. It won't change just like that because of one session. It will take little time. But my kind request is wherever you are, whatever you do, you are good on that. Be strong. Don't try to compare with somebody else. Oh my God, today interview, I have 10 people. These guys are from this university. That let them be. Your job only you can do. No one can do their job. So be strong on that. Be confident and be strong on presenting yourself. That's what they look at in the interviews. But don't overdo. I was the one written the principle number 7 and 8 in Agile principle. You can't tell like that, but at least you can tell some scenarios where you work, how you work, you have to explain it properly. So for these reasons, please join our career counseling sessions where we talk about how to present yourself better in an interview. It happens every month once. That will help you. All right, with this, we'll get inside. I have people from YouTube also. Hey, thanks a lot for the people in the YouTube. Thanks for the people from LinkedIn. So we have a bunch of people here. Let's kickstart. Well, all right, let's wave hands to each other, say hello each other. I see some of them in the cam. You are not in the cam, still you can wave hands. It's okay. We can see that. Technology has improved that we can see you even without cam. All right, is it possible? Mr. Subramanian, when you went to San Francisco?
Oh, that is on the background.
God, man. San Francisco is excited that you kept it as a background. You have to be happy about it. All right.
Today I am being your target, no worries.
All right. So, how is your success journey after winning the exam? You feel excited?
Yes, of course.
All right. Good. Nice to know this. All right. I have a lot of people who cleared PMP. Some of them very recently cleared. Anyone here very recently? PMP just came out. 1 day, 2 day.
Yeah, Shriram Clinton here. I cleared on 25th.
Amazing, amazing, man. Only a few days. Okay. You still have the jet lag or it's out of it?
No, I'm actually excited to move forward with this.
Fantastic, man. Did you got that bad habit? Waking up early, reading, being disciplined. You got into that?
Yeah, surely. It is like, even though it is like 1 week classes, still I've been reading something which will be helpful. The habit has developed.
Yeah, this bad habit developed, and many of your friends going to hate you for this because you start growing exponentially, which they may not like it. Some of them, man, we are all here. You keep on growing higher and higher. Yeah, it's going to happen. So keep up that habits and good wishes. Good wishes to everyone here. I keep telling that the courses and certifications are just a paper. The process, what you grow through, is what going to make you grow. So somebody asked me, Shriram, PMI-ACP will give me everything. CSM certification will give you everything. I would say no. The way what you're going to learn, the confidence what you're going to gain, that's very important. So many people come to the classes just to get hold of that discipline, just to get hold of who they are. Because age of 30s and 40s, what is happening is with the family and corporate, you're pulled all the direction. Before you realize and open your eyes, the company will tell you you're getting retired next week. So what I achieved, maybe in the 5 years, 10 years, 3 promotions, 10% salary hike. Man, that's not the life, man. Next term, I'll come and become a CEO of a company. No, this is the only term for you. This is the only term. This is the only BMW car given to you. Shiram, is it BMW? Maybe up to you. Ferrari, BMW, Maruti 800, whatever vehicle you carry with you. So you have to utilize this lifetime very effectively. Our prime age time is 25 to 45. See, I'm already crossed 45. That's okay. There are people who start their life after 60 also, open new company. But the prime age is 25 to 45. Some of them do it very effectively, some miss it, but still they pick it up later also. So every segment has its own energy and power. But I want you to utilize your time very effectively. For that, I don't mean you have to get into a rat race. I don't mean all the time reading, all the time thinking of growth, money. No, not like that. You have to spend time for your family also. We will talk more about this going in the classes. So thanks all for being here. Let's get inside. Let me see any questions from YouTube as well. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring some screen content here and go for discussion. Before that, quickly, any questions here? I can help you as a kickstart. Then I'll go for some content. Feel free if you have any questions to kickstart today. All right. Okay. Let me get inside. Let me get inside. All right. Let me share the screen. So we will start the conversation. Kindly put your cam and mic off mode. All right. I've just shared the screen. Okay. Just confirm. Now, 3 things: audio, video, screen share. Is everything is good?
Yes.
Yes,
All
we
good.
can.
All good. Fantastic.
Good.
Great. Great. Thanks for confirming. If you're watching from mobile, maybe it'll be a little tough for you because a chat and things going to be tougher. Manage efficiently. And my internet is good, but at times it breaks. So don't get scared or panic if I'm not available for a few seconds. It'll come back. Total internet goes off, we'll let you know so that we'll find an alternate way. Usually it doesn't happen, but sometime I felt internet is little problem. Okay, fine. With this, we'll get inside. So welcome to ShriLearning. So in ShriLearning, what we do, we help people. So you don't teach, Sriram, we don't teach, we only help people. So what do you mean by help? Make to realize your own potential. Make to realize that there are certain things to learn in life. That's it. Beyond that, you are the one who's going to sit and read and learn the things. But our goal is to show you a direction. show you some real-time life examples, show you some scenarios and situations happening around. In between, we'll get the syllabus also. Oh man, I thought you will talk all from the books. Don't expect that. Why? Anyone can read the books. Anyone can learn line by line from the books. Intention is not that. Intention is what is really happening in the market. Shriram, I'm working in one company, but I know there are a number of countries in the world. There are a number of companies in the world, how they are working. Why someone has to learn other companies? When you get a broader knowledge, you better perform in your current job, or at least maybe try a new job. So my role is to bring different scenarios, situations, or problems, or a best way of working in agile environment. There could be some flaws, mistakes also. The reason is maybe I would have seen only 20 companies. You would have been the person from 21st company. Now you will share those knowledge here. So it's a knowledge sharing session, also helping session. And then we'll go by the exam content outline so that we'll go to the examination. So that's how it's going to work. In this classes, being the first day, I'll give you a heads up about what is PMI-ACP, what are the syllabus inside that, a short introduction within each other of us, and then I'll talk some factors about. There is a lesson one, or we call it as a domain one. I'll go there. And again, the more intensity starts happening from the second, third, fourth day, it gets more intense. The reason is we'll start getting inside the every area like a Scrum, Kanban, Lean management. We will take some questions and we'll talk how a question look like. And we'll take some examples of situations, videos. It's all going to come on the way. I know some of them are already here who did the classes a few months back. I'm so happy. Thanks for coming up again, because it needs that patience to sit and listen again. And this is not a movie, right? You can watch second time. It's a class. If you really want to comments, maybe you are giving me one more chance. Let's see. At least this guy teaches properly this time. So thanks for giving that opportunity. So let's get inside. Anyone here? Second time audience? Just for
Yeah, I am there, Satish.
Oh man, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving one more opportunity.
Yeah, thank you. Right, please.
All right. Let's get inside. So now what I'm doing is on the left, right, center, you see a lot of content. Let's put our eyes on the pie chart. We'll see on the pizza in front of us, because when you go to any town hall, this is what they show to us, right? So we'll see this. So there is a circle here and a pie chart here. In this pie chart, the segments are there. Usually when you get a new pizza, the pizza comes to home, will you take a small piece or a big piece? First piece. Which one you will take? Which one you take?
Big one.
Big one.
Obviously big one, right?
Yeah.
In front of you, it may be sibling, it may be your husband, wife, it may be your children. Still, you will see which is bigger for me. So, of course, mom doesn't do that. So now we take the big piece. After 15 minutes of having 3 or 2 pieces of pizza, what will happen? Have anyone observed it? After 15 minutes of pizza,
We'll get bored.
yeah, now you'll be so generous and so loving with your family. You have one. Hey, you take this, man. You have this. Have you observed this body language and gesture in the pizza corner or pizza having time at office, at family, wherever it is? The first piece, you will be very urgent. Second and third piece will be like, okay. Anyway, it's the same way. Here we have a big piece. The big piece you're going to eat now. Which is a big piece here? What is the
Agile
big piece
principles and
here?
mindset.
Yeah. All right. Before you all tell Sriram, you take the small piece. Let me give you a big piece. So we are going to start with Agile principles and mindset. Sriram, how different this is from Scrum? If somebody asks me, Scrum falls under this. You will have Scrum, you will have Kanban, you have Lean, you have Crystal, whatnot, man. Lot are there. We'll talk more about it. But primarily, we have to talk about the principles. What made people to think about Agile in the market now? Now, the beauty here is when I started Agile classes years back, I will get people only from information technology. All the IT people will come. Last 2 years and last 1 year, I'm getting people from different domain. For a confirmation, let me see if anyone here non-IT person, any one person here, you are from not IT.
I'm from mechanical.
See, wow, welcome.
I am from mechanical.
Welcome. Look at the way it is. Look at the way it is. Yeah, pharma. Okay. See, things are changing. Things are changing. IT guys are scared now. Oh my God. all these people are learning. Yeah. And the fun here is non-IT people are learning Agile faster than IT people. they're telling that, wow, I like this. So heavy competition is on the way. But the good message here is Agile is spreading all over the world. Today, I'm having 30, 40 people in the classes. I'm pretty confirmed within 1 year, ACP classes will have 100 plus people because Agile is becoming the essence. That's why in PMP also, they brought in 50% of adaptive nature. They don't call Agile, adaptive nature. Under adaptive, they have Agile. Under Agile, they have Scrum. Under Scrum, what you have? Nothing we have. There it stops. So now, coming back here, we will talk more about principles today. There I start. I will go a few more factors also. I said a big piece, right? One more big pizza. There are some percentage given here. I'll come a little later. So there is one big piece, the second big piece. These two, if you learn properly, this itself will make you to clear interview very well. Wow. Yeah. Because most of your interview questions are going to be in this area, nothing more than this. So Sriram, I'm not here for interview, man. Teach me properly. I can apply in my job. In that case, yes, we'll go step by step. In that, there is a place about people related. Okay, people related. How many of you think that if really somebody has to work in Agile, people should be having that mindset? Do anyone feel that? People should have that mindset, isn't it? Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's good. Because Agile is not something just fall from the sky suddenly. Agile is there already at your home, at your office, at your play area. Everywhere we have Agile, but we didn't realize that's called Agile. Sriram, you are talking something like God is everywhere, but never seen it. Huh? Kind of. We have everything around us, but we didn't realize it. But to make it realize, you need a more amount of people connection. So where you'll get this people connection? The people connection happens in these two pieces of pizza, little bigger size. Okay, it's a good bigger size, and this is a moderate bigger size. You can see the word at stakeholder and team. And this is highly asked in leadership oriented jobs, leadership oriented interviews. It could be for any domain. Today I saw about mechanical, I heard about pharma, some can be from construction. From construction, people learn Agile. I have people. There was one person who is working in a metro construction work for UAE area. And he's a senior most person there. And he came here after PMP, learned Agile, and he started applying it in his job. And he got good results. Doesn't mean you have to put exactly Scrum there, exactly Kanban there. The people area, I will tell you, take the essence of people area in Agile, apply that in domain wherever you are. I am sure you will see results. It's going to happen. And then there are some more sectors, how to plan effectively, how to solve the problem. Here they use the word problem. Can somebody tell me if you're coming from a very planned project management, you're coming from a predictive way, you're coming from traditional PMP books, what is the equivalent word for problem there? Anyone can tell me what could be the problem? Any word comes up? I'll give a clue. Starts with R.
Risk.
R. Exactly. Got it. Got it. Got it. When I say R, risk, you're right. So risk detection, what risk can happen? A risk can turn into issues also. I love this PMP. The reason is the depth of the content. That guys are, oh man, it's an ocean, man. You have to swim there. There are many people tell PMP is very old. Huh? Have you read the book? No, no. Somebody said to me, you go and read the book and tell me it's old or gold. Okay, anyway. So coming back here, we talk about problem detection here, which is about the problem in the sense of risk detection, how it's going to work. And finally, we talk about the process and product and people improvement. This is one of the tasks in PMP. If anyone recently cleared PMP, you will see something called continuous improvement. This is a task number 36 in PMP. So you're going to learn here. If you are not a PMP guy, you're going to get a good essence what is needed in PMP also here. We have a planning in PMP future. If already a PMP person, for you, this is going to be a super good refreshment content, and your exam passing range is going to be very high. The reason is you already learned a good portion of content. But I have to give a little warning here. Last 3 to maybe 5 months, I'm hearing people whoever clear PMI-ACP says the exam level is a little higher. Really? Yeah. So what happened is early days, I'm talking days of 2020, 2019, before COVID, we had only PMI-ACP as an agile course in PMI Institute. Only course, nothing more than this they had. Market, we have CSM, Scrum certified, which is going left and right. It is something like getting a tea in the tea shop. Hey, one tea, one coffee, kind of they'll give you CSM certification. So that was there, and PMI-ACP was there. And in the year 2019 or 2020 timeline, PMI went into acquire Discipline Agile. If you heard about the word Discipline Agile, that is there. They acquired it. And in 2021, PMP got into Agile. So now everywhere you have Agile. They have special certificate called PMI-ACP. They have a certificate called Discipline Agile. They have a certificate called PMP. Inside that they have Agile. And now Scaled Agile is picking up. Now, considering all this thing, they have slightly increased the intensity of exam. Many people thought that since CSM, every certificate is very easy, many people want to go for that certificate. They thought PMI Institute will decrease or bring down so that many will do the exam. It went the other way, they increase the intensity. They don't want a crowd. They want a quality people. So now, if you tell in a market, I am PMI-ACP certified, I am sure if somebody knows Agile, they'll look at you. You cleared? Wow, cool. Because that level of exam this is. Don't ever underestimate this exam. Don't ever compare this exam with any other Agile certificate in the market. They call as a PSM, CSM, Scaled Agile, whatever it is, don't ever compare. This is the top range now in the name of content, in the name of exam intensity. What is my role? My role is explain you all this content, give you the questions weekly test, and we have some practice exams you have to go through that, and I'll be guiding you which are the main areas you have to read close to the exam, and then you will clear the exam. This is how it's going to happen, including exam application supporting process. Hope I made it clear.
Yes, Shri, yes.
Right. Let me give a little pause here. Any questions I can help you on this syllabus part, if somebody has anything. Shashank from YouTube is asking, who should go for PMI-ACP? Shashank, to answer your question, I would tell if you are in an industry, where things are changing, your domain is changing, and you feel that you want to make some change in your corporate, your career has to grow, I would recommend you to learn Agile PMI-ACP. I will not push you to get certification. At least read the content. That's more important. If you watch here in pizza, the pie chart, two things are there, domain 3 and 4. You can see the bottommost 3 and 4, which talks about stakeholder and team. I would tell at least read this properly. Even you don't do the certificate, don't come to the class, that's okay. At least sit and read this, because you may feel well connected, whatever domain you are, this is how we are going to work. This is how we are working. So my recommendation is, whatever industry you are, please read these books at least once. And if you get certified, always adds value. Without doing anything, showing a resume, I have something I can show to them I have learned. Market always look for people who have a interest and passion to learn something. So recommendation is, please go for certification. Shashank. All right. Any more thoughts on the syllabus? Any questions? All right. Hope things are going good. You are able to observe what I'm saying. Somebody's going to ask something. Yes, please go ahead. There is a question, Marcus. May know if PMI going to retire ACP certification near future? Yeah, that's a good question. Marcus, for answering you, I'm hearing this discussion for the last 2 to 3 years. I'm hearing this. Shri, what do you mean by this? What I mean by this is, there is nothing called retirement. The reason is, PMI-ACP is one of the certificate which can go broader depth into, as I said, Scrum, Kanban, Lean Management, Agile Leadership. Now, why this thought of retirement came in? Since they brought adaptive nature in PMP, we thought it will be retired. But what is in PMP? In PMP, it is the top layer, high level. They didn't go deep. In PMP, they didn't go deep. They talk what is Agile. They give little highlight about Scrum. They give little highlight about people handling. There they stop. They didn't go deep. The deep thing happens only in ACP. That too, we are following an exam content outline which was prepared 6-7 years back. They didn't change the content outline. My expectation is PMI-ACP will continue. They may tweak the content outline to make it super strong. There may be a craziest demand for PMI-ACP in future. Better to do it now. So answer your question, I don't think they're going to retire anything. There is no announcement on that. It will keep going more stronger. Okay, hope that helps. One more question. Mahantesh, sorry if I don't pronounce you properly. Telecommunication domain, is this certification helps? I am from telecommunication domain, highly helps. But in telecommunication domain, if you're not going to handle a team, if you're going to handle only with maybe one segment of people, or you don't have any sort of team formation or more well-planned infrastructure setups are happening, you plan it in advance 6 months before. You work sequentially as per the plan. Everything is very clearly strategized. I don't think you have to go deep into Agile. Learn the surface level Agile, stop there. Okay. If you're going to survive in the job, there is a word between surviving, shining. In same telecommunication, if you're looking your aim to become a director of the company, you want to become the vice president of the company, you should learn Agile. Nowadays, the CEOs of all the company are talking the word Agile. In that world, if we don't learn it, you will be backseated. So answer the question, if it's a well predicted, surface level learning is enough. Don't know to go very deep. But I would recommend, if you're looking at long term to become a top level, please go for it. All right, that's good. Fantastic. That's a couple of questions here. Thanks for the questions. Let's go a little more down. By the way, we will get a break 1 hour from now. So we have a 3 hours of session, right? So 1.5 hours, we'll take a break, 15 minutes, and then we'll continue. Being first today, it'll be a little tough to sit in the same place. Can I assume that you all have a notes, paper or pencil, something with you? You have something with you to write? Ramya says yes. Subramanian says yes. Very good. Okay, great. See, I know we think that, right? I can take a screenshot. Shriram, this video is recorded. You will share with me. All are good. But sometimes writing gives a personal connection. I don't know where I put my paper. I used to write. If you watch out, once in a while, pick up a paper and keep writing. I know you can't see it properly. I'll keep writing something. Why? The more you write, the more you get connected. You may feel that, man, this is old school. Maybe, but it works. Anyone here who likes the writing habits, who feel connected when you write? You feel so? Couple of years coming up. Let me listen someone in the audio. Anyone here recently have a habit of writing goals, writing something? Okay, bunch of people said yes, yes, yes. Good. Thanks a lot. Right. I keep telling that you can type also, you can take screenshots also, but when you write it, you have a systematic way of approaching. You'll also look back the content that is your handwriting. Whatever it is, good or bad, it's yours. So that gives a personal touch. Very good. Thanks for doing that. So let's continue on this process. So what I'm going to do, let me travel a little more down. I want to give a little background about where are you learning, what are you learning. So now we are going a certification from PMI Institute. Many of you know that, but I don't want to take it for granted. I know some of you pretty new here. You've never done a certification for a timeline. So PMI is nothing but Project Management Institute, which was founded in 1969. Okay, who is a CEO? There's a lot of confusion now. There is an interim CEO. There's a CEO by the name Sunil Prashad. He completed his duration by December or January. And the new CEO yet to come. They're calling interim CEOs. Anyway, that's not our problem right now. But again, it's a private institution. It's a group, and they're really good. What do you mean by really good, Shriram? They're very much quality oriented, not quantity oriented. Okay, they don't rush with the content. They'll be very clear on the content. If PMI Institute publish something, it is international. Many people copy from PMI. PMI don't copy from anyone. Okay, so it's a big shark in the market. So what are the big things here? What you are learning is here, PMI-ACP. Okay, that's what you're going to do now. So there are a few more certificates. There are some people, I will do everything, Shriram. Not necessarily. If you like it, do it. Don't. Because you have a lot of money, don't put everything here. I recommend people do certifications, split it. Do one here, do one in your domain. I keep pressing this every time, domain. If you are from a mechanical, I saw somebody saying mechanical, right? I take as an example. In mechanical, there will be something to learn, technical factors of mechanical work. Somebody said pharma. In pharma, there will be some learning. You should learn that also. Only you keep on learning PMP, ACP, MBA, you will not become CEO. Okay, only in LinkedIn you can put a big list. Nothing will be there. Okay, but point is learn other factors also. So what are the big fish here? The big fish here is PMP. This nobody can touch so far. Going forward also, big fish in the market. If you have this in your resume, already you're superstar. Okay, and then a lot more factors are there: program management, portfolio management, risk management, schedule programming, or business analyst. If you're a business analyst, you can go for this. If you're a junior resource, you'll go for CAPM. Apart from this, we have more also anyway that we can learn in PMI website. So this is for the newcomers. Let me go a little more down. Oh yeah, what we do. Shriram, all are there. What you are teaching. So we are very limited in a sense of we cover only few areas. The few areas are the top market needed area. I don't want to put too many things on my plate. At the same time, if I give something, you should be valuable for few years with you. So one of that is the PMP. The second one is PMI-ACP, which we are discussing today. Also, we do something called scaled agile. A person learned PMP or ACP, they'll be a right candidate to get into a place called SAFE. So, what is this? There's a different institute called Scaled Agile Community. So they have a certification, but don't compare that certificate with this. These all will take time. This will take 5 to 8 weeks of time. This will take 3 to 5 weeks of time. This will take 2 days of time. Shriram, are you serious? Seriously, 2 days? From there, you have to read another 4 days. Totally, it will take 5 to 6 days to clear this exam. The content is, that's how it is. Exam is also that's how. We'll explain more when you go to the places. In fact, we have one class starting by, I think this week we have one other class. It's about Scaled Agile going to start. Who can go for Scaled Agile? Here I'll tell you, if you are from information technology, choose Scaled Agile. Non-information technology, yet to pick up. So too early for non-information technology. Information technology, or in automobile. In automobile, they have a technology segment. There you can go for it, right? In pharma, I'm in technology segment. There you can go for it. If not, Scale is too early for them. It will take 3 to 4 years to come there. For now, IT super boom, and these guys are getting salary like anything, left and right. Such a good certificate in the market. All right, this is all general information. Let's go to the our course content. Okay, how do the certificate will look like once you get certified? Certificate should look something like this. Okay, this is standard, but now PMI Institute is giving new colors. Anyone here got a new color of PMP? Anyone here got a new color of PMP?
Yeah, it was blue color border.
Blue color.
Ah, man, did you like the color?
Yeah, actually, I mean,
Yes.
after everything, it was looking like so cool to just calm down.
All right, that's nice to know. PMI initially had purple, okay, something like this, what you see now. Okay, from purple they went to orange. For orange now I think it's a sky blue, I believe, right? Light blue or sky blue. They moved a color, and the logo has been moved in the center. Something they're doing. Usually PMI will not do some changes left and right. They will take time to do that. Anyway, something is happening. We have to accept it. Okay. But for me, some reason this kind of color, this what you see here, registered in my mind so many years. So I started getting a professional feel this model of certificate. The new one, I'm slowly getting used to that. It'll take a little time. So whatever it is, it has its own value. It's not about the color and look. It's about the content, what you have here, and the PMI number, what you get here, right? And it says you are a certified practitioner, you're a certified professional. That's what important. Okay, you will get a certificate, something like this. Shirama, how do you know I passed the exam? In PMI Institute, they have only term pass or fail. That's it. They don't declare the mark, but they'll give something grading. What is grading? Some of you may know already. For new people here, they will tell how you are. Are you above target or target below? Shriram, you're telling above. What is the number for above? We don't know. Assumption is if you get 80% plus, could be above. It's an assumption. Shriram, why we have to assume? Why can't we ask PMI Institute? We want to ask, but they're not ready to share. Okay, so we are requested Putin to ask PMI Institute. Let him ask. If they reply to him, probably will get an answer. Right? With this, we'll move forward. Yeah, Putin itself don't know whether he's above target or below target right now. Poor guy. Okay, go. Let's come back. So now, why should you apply or who should you apply? Let's go for this content. I think we saw something about the domain, your knowledge, where you want to go. All we have some idea. Beyond this, if you have more questions, don't hesitate. Shram, in front of everyone, I can't ask. Don't worry. You can message me in my WhatsApp. You can message Rahul. We'll help you specially because some of you, I don't want to tell my case in front of everyone. That's okay. We'll personally attend you. Okay. So what makes you to go to the exam? The sense you should have some experience. Very little, comparatively very little experience. And you see here, 1 year general experience. What do you mean by general, Shriram? You don't need to have Agile at all. Any experience. That is a 1 year timeline. After a college. Imagine after college, age of 22, 23, 24, you worked 1 year. That's fine. 8 months of Agile experience. Now, when I say Agile experience, it is not necessarily you should be a Scrum Master, Agile leader. Yeah, Agile part of the team. At least you heard something about Agile. Why they give this is, If you have this 8 months at least something, you'll be able to digest the content. If not, it'll be so fresh for you. So that's the reason they give 1.8 years. But still, in this also, there'll be a lot of questions. Shriram, I'm like this, I'm like that. Don't worry. We have seen many different variety of cases, and many of them we helped to get this experience in the sense of their day-to-day job. They may be doing, but they don't know that's called Agile. So I'll help you on that personally. So for now, this is the information to you. No need to worry right now. You have time to write the exam, maybe a few weeks of time. So we would be guiding you on this process. You can reach out. All right, let's go. Do anyone saw the number here? Shyam, you didn't talk about this area, man. Oh, man. Huh? Nothing goes down, right? These guys always earn big money, big piece of money. Whatever happens in the world, their money will be always the same. Maybe all are America based. I sometimes feel that the developing nations also should bring some certifications well standard, which can reduce the price. Because all this American market, they kept it pretty high for their level of standard. 500 euros or $500 is pretty high. Even for Americans, it's pretty high. Let's see, one day we will come. We will launch something from countries which is developing high standard content, lesser price. And people should feel education should be lesser price. Then only many will learn, right? Anyway, that's a different debatable story, not here. I think you see the pricing factor here and number of hours. You are sitting with me today because you will get this 21 contact hours. If you are a PMP certified person, this will add to your PDUs. Yay! Anyone want to clap your hands here? Yay! How many PDUs you have to gather for PMP? PMP certified people. How many you have to gather?
35, right?
Seriously, 35.
60
Oh,
videos.
60 videos.
60. I saw some people in our elite WhatsApp groups. PMP certified last month. This month, all videos done. Excited. Is it right form or the wrong form? I would tell that's not a good thing. These PDUs are set for you to learn in a gradual pace. They give 3 years of time. Every year, if I'm going to learn a 20 hours of time, which means in this year, whatever happened in the market, I learned through a subject. I got some knowledge. Next year, something new will come. I'm learning. Further year, I'm learning. So when I complete 3 years, 60 PDUs, it means in this 3 years, every year, 20 hours I spend only to learn about management and leadership concepts, whatever it is. So I'm relevant with the market. That's the reason for PDUs. What our guys will do? Can somebody give me a link how to get the PDU? Somebody will give the link, click. Ha, done. They think something like in corporate, we have some training program. I've seen that security, past training program. You have to just click, submit. Some are doing like that. If you are part of that community, are going to be part of the community, please don't do that. That's not the way it should be learned. What you're doing today, it's correct. You are learning 21 hours in PMI-ACP over a week of time. You go to certificate or not, that's a different story. But you can show to the PMP that I have learned 21 hours of knowledge. Now give me that points. They will give you. So remember to check with Rahul how to climb this PDUs once you're done with your classes. Then you're going to climb it as your PMP certified. Okay, that's a message for the PMP people. Others, yes, will help you. Scaled Agile, if you attend the class, you will get a 16 PDUs, 1-6. There is something scaled Agile, 8, 16 hours. That's how it works. Okay, exam. Exam, you're going to have 120 questions, multi-choice. I believe you know what is multi-choice. And then you'll have 20 questions, pre-test questions. What is pre-test? These questions are not counted towards your results. Then can I ignore that question, Shriram? If you are clever, they are there from 1969. So they're very clever than us. So they mix the question with 120 questions. So you may not know which is those 20 questions. You have to answer all the questions. Okay, that's a message. So pre-test is an intimation to you. PMI follow the word called honesty. By the word honesty, they don't want to hide what they do. So they tell you, I'm using pre-test. What is pre-test, Shiram? Very good question from you if you ask what is pre-test. Now COVID is happening. We are finding new medicine for COVID. Where they test the medicine? Do you know that? Where they test the medicine? Any clue? Any clue? COVID medicine. Where they test it?
On COVID.
On animals first.
Easily granted, right? They test with a rat, usually. I don't know why. You know why? Because it has close relation with us. Okay. So now in PMI and ACP and PMP exam, who is the rat? Who is the rat? Who paid the money and came to the exam? You and me are the rat. So they'll put this 20 question on you to see how you are answering. Imagine all this 20 question, you click on your left hand. This $100 question. They'll remove that question next exam. You strain very hard. That's a question, man. I love this guy struggling there. Okay, just my imagination. But point here is they keep some questions like this to see how people are answering the questions. That's called pre-test question. Hope that gives some clarity. All right, let's go to the subject area. That's what we are here. Okay, this is the segment. I'll give you a little pause here. So far, any questions to help out you?
Sriram, what is the validity of the certification? Does it have any validity?
Duration you're asking, right? 3 years of timeline, the certificate is valid. Now you have to ask me next question. What will happen after 3 years?
Yes.
Okay, there is something called PDUs. We spoke about that few minutes for PMP, right? What is
Yes,
PDU? You can see here. Thankfully, you asked that question. Maybe I missed the point. Now, here, 30. I think somebody right now said 30. 30 is for PMI-ACP. What is PDUs? Professional Development Unit. In this 3 years of time, let's say 10 hours per year, you will learn something about Agile. And you will tell to the PMI Institute. How do you tell, Shriram? I have to make a phone call, I'll tell to them? No. They have a website. Click a button. I attend this class in ShriLearning. I attend this class in Simply Learn. I attend this class in my office. Approved one. Then they'll give you. Okay. We'll talk this once you get certified. I'll help you in this part. For the people who already know these things, yes, it's just a click of submission. But you should complete the course and then go for it. Hope that helps you.
Yeah, thank you.
So you may not write the exam second time. So every time you do this learning, which is called PDU, and then you renew it. Shira, what do you mean by renew? Nothing comes free in this world. Specifically, any American institute, nothing is free. They'll ask you some dollar to be paid. I assume it is $60 or $40 you have to pay. I don't know the exact price right now. If you're a member, $60, I believe, if not 120 or something. It is better than other institutes. These guys are pretty lesser than cost. So you'll pay some money 3 years once, and you'll tell I learned this much of knowledge. Then they renew you next 3 years. They'll give you one more certificate. Maybe for your happiness, I'll show you. Do you see my certificate date? What is the date you see here?
Yeah, it is expiring after 6 years.
2072, 2023.
23.
Right. It's almost now 6 years, right? Now
Yes.
this next year I have to again renew it. Another 3 years they'll give. If they ask me to write the every 3 years exam, I don't know whether I clear the exam or not. Right? Once upon a time we worked hard. We don't know we'll put the same effort. So thankfully they give only PDUs. We are very happy. All right, let's get to the subject. Too much of background information. I know some of you know this, but anyway, what to do? We have to explain to the people who don't know this. I don't want to take it granted everyone knows everything. So I try to help him. Also, this is a YouTube video. There are newcomers in the market. Agile is in a high demand. So I have to help them what is good for you. I will not degrade any certificate. Every certificate has value. But if I am in your place, if I'm starting with Agile, I will blindly tell, read ACP properly, because I too possess other certificate, but ACP is the best in the market, top range in the market. Okay. So list of books here to read. I'll tell you why it is top range. Can somebody count and tell me how many books here? Quick count. You can count the bigger font letters. How many books you see here?
13.
13 books are here. 12 books are here.
12,
I'm seeing
12.
12 books are.
Yeah.
13 is not a good number, right? So they went to the 12. Okay. Okay. 12 books are here. You may be surprised. Seriously, do you want me to read 12 books? The answer is no. I would recommend 2 books to read. More than 12, 2 is safe, right? So 2 books which I'm recommending is, one is Agile Practice Guide, which is released by PMI Institute in 2017. In 2017, PMI came with the PMBOK 6th edition. If somebody know this book, PMBOK 6th. In PMBOK 6, the last 200 pages, this book will be there. Nobody read the book for 2 years, 3 years. Then now only everyone sees, oh, there is a book there. Man, we didn't see that. In PMBOK 6th edition, the bottom layer, 200 pages, goes to Agile Practice Guide. This book, amazing content. Any newcomer, if you're just starting Agile, I would blindly tell you, read this book. Only 150 or 200 pages, nice content, well explained, very normal English. It doesn't go very complicated, very simple. Read it. After this, there is a book which to read, I'll tell you. So you're not going to read all the books. You can read these 3. Shriram, you said 2, now 3. I'll tell you. So Agile Practice Guide is 150, 200 pages. Very nice book to start with if you're a newcomer. I have people here sitting from PMP. These guys are expert already. Okay, they're waiting only for the exam. Now, for you, I'll tell you, there is a book from a person called Mike Griffith. Very nice guy. He's connected in the LinkedIn also. Probably you can check in my profile or check with others. Very nice guy. He written an amazing book, nice quality book. Content is really, really good. This is the very important book for your exam because it has all the 7 domains. What you saw in the pizza now, all 7 domains will be here, well explained. And every domain will have some domain questions. You will learn to take the questions also. The reason I'm telling here is reading is different. Understanding question is different. I'll repeat again. Reading a subject is different and answering that question is totally different. It will take time for you to convert that into answer. So this book helps you in that angle. Okay, these 2 are really, really good books to read. In this room, somebody tells that, Shriram, I'm already working in Agile. I'm pretty good. Also, I don't feel I will go only with these 2 books to the main exam. I need little more depth. Go for this book called Essential Scrum. It talks more about Scrum, but still it talks other factors of Agile. It goes a little deeper inside the content. So recommendation is read Essential Scrum, really a good book. These all book easily available in the market. You can get it. Also, digital copies are easily available. I would recommend see if you can buy a hard copy. It's good for you. So recommendation for the exam is 2 books are mandatory. These 2 are mandatory and this is optional. Okay. All right. This helps you. Hopefully. A little more. Exam application. We will talk this once the class comes to the end of the last week. I will help you how to fill the form. Don't worry about this. From school days, we have this allergy, form filling. In airport, if you see, they'll ask you to fill what all you carry with you. One small slip. I've seen some guys. For that itself, they'll see the next guy what they're filling. Man, you have to fill what you have brought in, your name, your passport number. This guy will see other guy's form. From school days, we have this allergy of form filling. Form filling means you'll be scared. That too, if you are some years back, filed your income tax, you know, return filing, what all you have to fill. Nowadays, all digitalized. So form filling is an allergy. Don't worry about that. We will guide you how to do this. It's a very simple process, will help you. In fact, PMI also simplified it than what it used to be. All right, good. Little background. If somebody know me already, well and good. Thanks for that. Somebody don't know me, a little information. Sriram Kumar here. So I'll be helping you all over the process. When I say I, it is not the word I, it is we. When I say we have a team here, including starting with Rahul. I believe you all spoke to Rahul. And we have Arzu, we have Priyanka, we have more bunch of people here. And these all team members put effort 24/7. Seriously, 24/7. That makes you and me sit here. So the team effort happens here and they work very agile. Okay. They may soon release a new agile methodology. So now this team makes us to work better. So I'll be helping and I'll be the friend of conducting the classes. So Sriram Kumar, I hold with me Masters in Computers, Masters in Business Administration, Masters in Psychology. And I do project management coaching, which is about PMP, leadership coaching I conduct. I do agile coaching, scaled agile consultant. Sriram, what is consultant? I'll talk about it. I hold with me PMP and PMI-ACP. These two come from the institute called PMI. Okay, I believe this is in 2016 and this is in 2017 I did. Then SPC, this is what I said, consultant. What do you mean by consultant? I'll be consulting and guiding the organizations. Also, I'll be conducting the trainings for SAFE people. What is SAFE? Scaled Agile Framework, SAFE. This is a current trending thing in the market, specifically if you are from IT industry. So I have learned some years back about Scrum, CSM certification. I know it's a very good certificate, but still at present, when I say in the current market, this is for a very junior level. Okay. If you're a senior person, keep it, but don't rely on this because its value is not as good as it used to be. And then I have DevOps, all this technical stuff, then Microsoft certification, some more certifications. Okay, those all side dishes. This is a main course. Those are side dishes. So this is little background about me. So I'll be working in a organization. I'll be from different time zone now if I'm not in India. So and again, I'll be helping on your process towards the examination. So we'll be having a regular touch. Hope it gave a little background. So you're happy, you know that whom you are listening to. Okay. So now what we're going to do is quickly, 5 minutes or 10 minutes, we're going to listen to you. So now when you will start the subject, man, we'll come there. I can start the first minute itself. What is Agile? I don't know to do that because we have to know each other. We have to know what we are doing. Once you know that, the next will be a subject. You can see here, after this, we're going to start the first domain. So let's do a little short introduction of the people here. How the introduction shall be, since we have a bunch of people here, I can split the team into 3. We will talk about where you come from, what is the domain, and what made you to learn Agile, kind of thing. So this kind of discussion we'll do 5 minutes. I put it 10 minutes, actually 5 is sufficient. We'll do that and come back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see everyone in the cam if you are comfortable to share your face. Are you? People in the YouTube, maybe you can put your detail in the chat. I can read who you are. Quickly tell that, hey, you come from where? Good. Bunch of people. Ramya, I think I saw you somewhere in the car. You have a virtual background like a car?
No, I just went to drop my daughter in class, Shriram. So I have to go back at 1 again.
Oh my, oh man. Good. After it, with the virtual background, we don't know whether they are really going out. Things are changing. All right, quick. Thanks all for the people in the camp. People not in the camp, that's okay, fine. So now what I do is I'll quickly put the team into, how many people we have? 30, 37 people. I split it into 3 groups here. We will say hello to each other and we'll come back. Okay, will that be good? Will you be comfortable?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say hello to each other and give a little background. It could be something about your company where you work for. Some of you feel that I don't want to share my personal details. That's okay. But it's nice to have meet people because this could be your team who's going to help you on learning together. I found many people connect well. They even get a good job opportunity in the sense of connecting with each other. That helps. That's not the only intention, but that also helps. Okay. If interested, you can share your credit card number so they can pay the bill for you. That also can happen. Up to you. Okay, now what I do is do breakout rooms. People in the YouTube, give few minutes. We'll be back so that. Okay. Why I want to do breakout room is because this is what we're going to follow when you start our exercises. We want to do some sample projects where I want to follow this process. So you learn how to get into breakout and come back. So let's do this quickly. Good wishes. I'll also jump to some of the rooms and listen to you what you're talking there. Welcome there. Jack, you're not getting the invite? Maybe you are not audible to me. No, I can't hear you for some reason. I'm seeing 3 logins for you, Jack. Maybe that's the reason. I'm seeing 3 logins. 1, you are in video. 2, non-video. I have 2. I think you and your daughter, I believe, little girl. There is a picture. 2 logins are there. Also, you're not audible. Something going wrong. Maybe rejoin once. I'll be here. I'll try to help you. Yeah. Meantime, Mahesh, are you getting access? Mahesh. All right. Okay, people in the YouTube, let me quickly listen to you. Sundar. Sundar is in PMP's training going on. Session is, learning going on. Okay. Let's see people in the YouTube. You can give a little heads up. Where are you from? What do you do? So Jack, you're back. Jack. All right. I'm getting to other room. I'll come back. Yep, Jackie. Now you're back. Let me try to invite you to other room. I think still I can't hear you. I don't know why your mic is not helping me to listen to you. No, still doesn't come. I don't know why. Or maybe something wrong. Okay, I'm inviting you to other room. Let's see if we can get there. Thankfully he went there. All right, good. Let me also get to some rooms and listen to them and come back. All right, Mahentesh, telecommunication, geo, transport, network engineering. Amazing. Good to know you, Mahesh. Mahentesh, if I pronounce it correctly. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. I know some of you were introduced. Some of you have not introduced. Do anyone missed out when you're discussing with the team? Middle of that, the session got over.
Yeah, in our room, Mahesh was introducing, and then suddenly.
God's sake, man. God's sake, man. Mahesh, go ahead. We'll all listen to you now.
Yeah.
Don't disappoint you.
I've been associated with ShriLearning from November 2021.
Okay.
I work in IT domain and IT industry basically. I got
Very good.
PMI certified on this month itself, 2nd of April 2022.
Nice, man.
Continue my learning curve, so I've enrolled myself for the PMI-ACP. And yes,
Great.
looking forward for more Agile concepts learning. And
but how do your family allowed you? Last week when you got certified, again sitting in front of computer, do you get breakfast, lunch? Is it being given to you?
No, I got certified on 2nd of April, so start of this month.
Okay, still you survive. Okay, very good.
Yeah.
I have some of my friends, people here, they did PMP, then they did the ACP, then came for SAFE. I don't know where these guys are standing now, which court they are standing, I don't know. Their family would be mad. Kick you out of the home. All right, good, Mahesh. Thanks for that. Jokes apart. Anyone else we missed out?
I think Rahul Mehta was there actually from our team, our group.
Yeah, hi. Good morning, everybody. I was just about to introduce myself. I'm a serving defense officer with armed forces, and I have had 20 years of experience in the aviation acquisition and procurements. And I've just attained recently the PMP certification in the month of end Jan, and also Scrum Master and Lean Six Sigma Black Belt. I'm planning to make a transition to the corporate outside by next year end. So just want to attain these industrial certifications.
Great.
Thanks.
Great. Nice to have you, Mr. Rahul. Thanks for a good service.
Thanks,
and
sir.
we really very happy for that.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks for taking these efforts to learn. I get people usually from the defense force, and they were in the process of transitioning from their domain into the market. Sometimes they call me, and sometimes I talk to them, Shriram, how to get to the real world. So I know it's for people coming from the defense segment of lifestyle is different. And they literally ask me, how does the real world work? So I had to, it's something like very interesting to see such people coming out and taking positions in the corporates, which brings a discipline and a good amount of energy in the work. So thanks a lot, Rahul, for doing that. All right, great. Any more? Did I miss someone here? Yeah, Jackie. I should call you Jackie, right? Still no, man. Your mic is not coming. I don't know why it bugs you. Yeah, do you know sign language? Do you can convey that? No. Okay, we got you. Are you happy? Say me you are happy. Okay. Yeah, that's clear. Some days it doesn't work, the mic, internet, cam, nothing. You want to throw the laptop, but that's your office laptop. You can't throw it. So let's keep it as it is. Okay. Don't worry, we got you. We understand your pain. The internet, we understand the pain. All right, no issues. I have one Ningappa. Basically, I'm a mechanical engineer right now working on Scrum as well as SAP in Bangalore. Very good, Ningappa Gowda from YouTube. Appreciate it. If somebody missed out in the LinkedIn, we'll catch up with you later part. Do I have anyone else here to share with you? All right, good. All right, let's get inside. Thanks a lot for everyone giving a basic introduction. This is needed, and this team is going to be in the WhatsApp group. You are the one going to work together as a projects, and you're going to be in the group of weekly test in Agile. And the Agile market is booming very highly. I would expect you to keep helping each other. Shriram, what do you mean by help? Show some job opportunities around you. I keep telling this, maybe I'm repeating the same tape again. There are some people, they're the breadwinners for the family. When they know they don't have a job, when they don't have a situation, they can't sleep for days. I've seen some people who they get into mental stress heavily. For us, it will be a one reference to tell there is a job in the company. For them, that will be life changing. So if you see something around you, tell them, but don't recommend. Shriram is controversial, man. Yes, I don't prefer recommendation. Recommendation spoils someone's talent. Show there is a door. They have to knock it, kick it, break it, get inside. Then they know the pain. Then they know the effort of doing something hard. Any job with recommendation doesn't work, right? So you should not do that, but tell them there is something existing there, right? That you can do. Please do that, because there are many people talented, but they don't know how to try. Shriram, they should learn this. Not everyone has all the skill, right? Some very good in knowledge, but they don't know how to search at all. I'll be very honest, they don't know how to search. So your one hint can help them, right? That we can do. All right, with this, we'll get inside. We'll take 10 minutes and then we'll go for the break, because we have to go for a break in some time. What we'll do is we'll kickstart. You can put your camera and mic off mode. I appreciate it. Okay, quickly confirm audio, video, screen, everything is good now.
Yes.
Everything is good. Perfect. Thanks a lot for confirming. All right, let's start. Let's start with the big piece of a pizza. I showed you around 7 items in this. Now, first item, Agile principles and mindset. This is a little bigger piece. It will going to take time. It will go today, tomorrow, maybe next week, one day also. It will go for 1.5 to 2 days of time, because every week we have 3 years of classes. So it's going to take a good amount of time. We'll start with the basics here. First, we'll start with the Agile mindset. I may bring some short videos, some content, and then from there we'll kickstart more descriptions and discussions. So let's watch this video and come back. I know some of you are very new here. What I do is I'm going to share the computer sound and I'm going to optimize it. So what will happen is you should get the video properly. If you have some lagging in the video, don't worry, we will see how to fix it. But for now, just try to listen to this video.
Written in 2001, basically software methodology people came together and wanted to articulate the different way of working that they had been doing compared to what the rest of the industry was doing.
Sorry to pause in between. Is the volume level is good to everyone?
Yeah, good.
Yes.
All right. Okay, let's go on.
Really, Agile is a mindset. It's a way of thinking that's defined by 4 values, described by 12 principles, and then manifested through an unlimited number of practices or different ways of working. And it's simply a deep understanding and culture of learning and experimentation and trying things out. Any creative work will benefit from this notion of an Agile way of working. One of the misconceptions about Agile is sort of why, right? Why do I want to become Agile? Is it just to be more efficient and more effective? And I think for some people, they may say yes, but for me, it's not that. It really is about customer centricity. Agility is the best way to serve your customer, right? The customer today is in a constant state of motion. There's a lot changing for customers at all times, and acknowledging and understanding that because I want to be more customer centric and that the customer is in a constant state of change, I need to be more flexible, agile in the way I work. And when I say I'm saying, marketing people, HR people, finance people, product development, content creators, sales, any discipline, any function that is trying to serve a customer. Agile becomes a necessity, not a nice to have, because you will not be able to truly surprise and delight and fulfill the needs of your customer without having a way of working where we are co-creating and trying things out and experimenting and inspecting and adapting and innovating and being okay with failure. It is a different mindset. It is a different set of capabilities. And I think if you just boil it down to doing things differently, that's all you're going to do. You're just going to do a bunch of things differently. But if you want to be a different person that is ready for the next century of how business is done and creative work and customer centricity, that requires a journey. a learning journey for yourself. But it's a journey worth pursuing because it will change you, and it will change the way you work, and it will change what you can do for your customer.
Okay, that's our Kickstart video. Just want to listen to some here. So what was the interesting catch for you when you observed this video? Tell any one catch you got out of this. For me, I found the one thing about customer centricity. Anything you found in this video catch your eyes?
Change.
Failure.
Failure. Very good. Can you elaborate what you saw that in failure? I would like to listen to that.
Yeah, it's like, failing is okay, or it's not that, it's a crime like that.
Yeah. Why our parents did not tell this when our school days?
Probably mindset.
As I was
how
not
you
there.
have grown up, right? The environment where you have grown up. So that's what it made.
In school days, parents don't tell, right? I wish my parents would have said, because I used to keep on failing. Failure is not okay. You will be beaten. But I like that what he said. Failure is okay. Why we have to give that failure okay? Let me little understand from somebody here. I can try to get little points.
Sure.
Yeah, please.
To learn, to learn and to try new things, and to do things differently.
Exactly. I underline the word new things. If you don't fail, if you don't learn, you will not try something new. You'll repeat the same again and again and again, right? But now somebody in this room can question me. Shriram, I'm working in a place where nothing new is there. It's the same repetition. So if there is the same repetition, there is no new can be done or no new is expected. I don't like to force agile there. But every place has something can be added. If some of you is shaking the head in front of me in the cam, yeah, you're right. Even a 1% new can be done, then you should accept this mind of failing and taking feedback and trying. Yeah, good, very good. Thanks a lot for that. Anyone else? Different points. Did anyone like the word customer centricity? Do anyone observed it? Okay. Why I want to bring that point here is, I know I have people from different domain here. Not everyone is going to meet the customer, isn't it? That's a word you get. If you feel that, whoever is contacting you, they are their customer. Customer is different, end user is different. Can we say like that? Customer is different, end user is different. Shall we say something like that? Yeah. In that case, if you satisfy your customer, chain of your customers, obviously end user will be satisfied. Are we right on this? If there is a food item getting ready in a hotel, the bearer who is come and serving, he or she is the one meeting the end user, the food which you are going to consume. But do you think that only one person who is cooking inside or a chef, he or she is the only person, or it's a collection of people, the farmers, or could be the transportation of vegetables to the hotel, and the hotel cooking, cleaning area, hotel machines, what they use. Do you think everything has some connection? Do you think so? If you start thinking that in a broader angle, you may even feel that, yes, not everyone is going to meet the end user, but I am having a customer who is receiving the vegetables from me in the farmland. And from there, it goes to transportation through vehicle. It moves from one city to another city. From there, it is procured or purchased by the star hotels. In the hotel, we have people who make it eatable form. So now, if you watch out, you cannot tell that, hey, I'm not always reaching my customer. No, everyone is reaching the customer. But how do you look the customer centricity? How do you give a focus towards them? If you start seeing that, I don't think you have to worry which domain you are. You may be from any domain in the world. You will have your own customer. But how are you going to serve them? That makes a sense. The next question. Do anyone observe in this video, is it any one domain specific, or the video was talking a little more different domains also? What was your observation?
It is across domains.
Generic, right? It's very generic. Yeah, any domain can go for it. But one thing I'll be very cautious to tell, I don't force fit Agile into the market. It has to be there. Need is there. Don't force fit it. There are some organizations, because Agile is coming up really well for everyone, they try to force fit. That doesn't work. If there is no necessity, leave it. If already your team is doing good what they are doing, leave it. But take some essence out of Agile, use it here. Little bit. Ingredients can be added. You cannot force fit it, right? But if you feel there is an opportunity for a growth, then definitely you have to enforce it. What do you mean by enforcing is empowering and bringing the mindset of serving the customer in a better way. And we are going to learn all these things through the class in the sense of how this can be applied. Shriram, what do you mean by how here? When I say how, first you should learn what is there in the books. Once you learn what is there in the books, then we have to see how real practical they're applying this. As you know the books, as you know how they're applying, now your brain starts calculating automatically how you have to apply. Okay, so why we have to learn these courses and certificates are, you are learning what is happening in the market so that you can take something out of that and apply. It's something like you go with a driver license learning, right? The driving school. Driving school teaches you something. That doesn't mean you follow the same thing. You take some essence out of it. Now you bring your own style, the way of driving a car, the way of driving a two-wheeler, the way of you parking the car. Each one has a way of doing things. But first ground rule is learn what is market doing. Today, you and me are going to learn what is market doing. For this, what kind of knowledge is given in the books. That's what we're going to learn here. Okay. All right. I know we are hitting here for 1.5 hours. It's very good to give a break now because you listen for some time with the various content. Subject just started. Another 1.5 hours, we have subject, which is going to go about Agile principles and mindsets. I'm going to get deep inside. I'm going to bring more content. For now, is it good to take a break? Will you be comfortable for 15 minutes break to refresh and come back? All good? Yeah?
Yes, Shriram. Yeah.
Right, we need that, right? Okay, go ahead. So now what you do is 15 minutes break. There'll be a timer running in the screen right now. And within 15 minutes, refresh and come back. We'll kickstart with the more content here. First, I want to thank you all for being here on time. And we started well today. We're going to learn more here and get hold of the subject. Let's catch up in 15 minutes of time. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Sriram here. This is from ShriLearning. So I have a T in front of me. You would have heard his name, seen before, and he's a person who cleared a PMP sometime back, a very short time. And again, he came for PMI-ACP. So people are looking at here, oh man, 2 certificates. Yes, 2 certificates back to back. One good thing here is when you do one certificate, you automatically get the motivation. Let me do one more. Motivation is fine, but you have to put the effort. There are many people motivated by a WhatsApp message, but after that, what are you doing? That's a question. So here, I think put a lot of effort and make it a ACP happen. Don't take it for granted. A person did the PMP. Already they have 50% Agile. Just go there, clear ACP. No, we will listen from him because PMI has its own standard for ACP as well. Agile is there, but again, the bar will be a little higher comparing to what it was a few years back. They've increased it because when PMP has Agile, why should somebody do ACP? In ACP, they go a little broader depth, and now he cracked it. So first thing, before I even say congratulations to him personally, first I'll bring up the screen. That's very important. All right, so this is a certificate. He got it. What is the date? 21st April, right? So we are in 23rd April, 2 days before he cleared this. Now let's congratulate him. Congratulations, Adi, for this wonderful achievement.
Thank you, Shriram.
All right, great. So he's a project manager in Oracle, okay, one of the biggest organizations in the world. And before even the market says as you need these certificates, he's equipping himself to what all can be a better person to be a project manager. So is it mandatory that everyone should gather the certificate? The answer could be based on your necessity. If you feel that without certificate I can shine, yeah, you can. But when you have a certificate, that gives an immense confidence level. That is what important. So first thing, we will go to him. So would you like to give some background about yourself and what made you to do the certifications?
Yeah, thank you, Shriram. And first of all, thanks for giving this opportunity to get into this face-to-face session. So to be frank, when I decided to take PMP, I was searching for multiple courses, be it ShriLearning or anything. Then one of my good friend named Sharath, he referred that he cleared both PMP and ACP through Shriram. So that's the time I started getting into searching much more about ShriLearning. Okay, and when I was searching much more about ShriLearning during that time, to be frank, I gone through many of the past colleagues' success stories. Because first of all, you need a constant guidance and confidence in ourselves that we are going to take such a valuable course in some of the reputed institute. So before investing anything, we obviously do a ground check, because we know most of the people comes with tremendous years of experience. They can't just blindly accept some institute or some mentor to get through it. So I done some groundwork. To be honest, I have watched a couple of PMP success stories. And in fact, I didn't stop that time. I, in fact, went myself one step ahead and watched some of the sessions from Shriram. Okay. Because especially on the project management, stakeholder management, because if you gone through ShriLearning videos, you will be able to see some of the free courses which he used to do that. See, that's the moment it gives me a confidence that, okay, this is not something where they just dump the material and walk through. They, in fact, actually put through into a proper session where they just starts from basics. See, since I am come from a proper project management background, I thought some of the sessions may not be much useful, but if you put yourself into some person who are limited project management experience or comes from complete different domain, who may need to clear PMP because of their project need or because of their career growth or anything, you can see that you just come with the open part. So Shriram will fill you enough. So to be frank and honest, I just listen to these sessions. So with proper dedication. And one bad thing is all his sessions will be 4 hours. Okay, he will be very active and he will sit for 4 hours. I cannot sit for 4 hours. Okay, at a single place. Even in office meetings itself, Shriram, I never sit more than 1 hour. I will just cut short it. Okay. But I most of the time I used to sit for till 2 hours, and then he will give you a break, and then I will doze off. Then next day morning, by the time when I woke up, Rahul would have uploaded everything. Then I start continuing this session. Okay, so this is how I made it. I made a CMP completely.
That's reasonable. That's reasonable, because I have heard this feedback from many people. Shriram, can we make it only 2 hours? It's reasonable to ask, but the content is very high. We know 40 hours of classes.
Correct.
I understand the pain.
Yeah, but one good thing is whatever he say, I used to take in notes. Okay, because some areas we know better, but there are some points which we may not think in that angle. When I say that angle, when we come with the pre-experience or pre-mindset, we thought this is how the topic or the management area generally act. But in the global standard, the perception and the viewpoint would be something different, which we may not even thought through in our day-to-day operation, or that wider thinking may not be sparked in that moment. Okay. So that time, since I know where I am lagging, I used to take notes. Okay, so I was a little bit dedicated in the class. I used to do proper active listening. I never step in and cut short or ask any questions and all. Because so I used to listen everything in the classes. But whenever I get stuck or anything, I used to constantly WhatsApp both Shriram and Rahul, and they are very proper, and you used to get response within a span of 1 to 2 hours with all the necessary inputs. So that way the courses are very well. And one good thing, Shriram, that weekly mock session. Okay. In fact, today when I was talking to Rahul, I said that I am missing my mock, man, because till last Saturday Sunday I was doing mock. So today this is because that puts you into disciplinary phase where you know that okay, Saturday Sunday there is a mark, and this is what you scored in the last week mark, and you have to work towards to give a consistency in the improvement.
Right.
So that little bit of discipline I got into that, Shriram, honestly, which really helped me into cracking the exam. And of course the writing habit. To be frank, I bought a note and everything. When the day first I write, my handwriting starts from Kanyakumari, it went till Delhi. I was not able to write in a straight line. Okay. Because after my college, it's been 15 years. Other than signature, I don't think so any place where I would ever written this much.
Right.
So so that initial weeks, getting ourselves into the student mindset of regular writing and snapshot and posting into the group. Those things and all, just getting yourself into normal student education culture. Okay, that really helped, Shriram.
Very good. Good to know. Good to know. Good thing is you are able to follow that. That's a very important thing, because conveying the message is fine from our side, but somebody has to follow that, right? That's important.
Yeah, correct.
Right, understood. So okay, all good things there. I'm so happy. Thanks for doing that. Now you did a PMP. Then what made you to think for ACP?
See, to be frank, there are two things which pushed me to do ACP. One is the kind of recognition and the comments which I got. There are many PMP or many people who have proven many things in their career or in their industry started commenting me and congratulating me. So many of them even I am not aware. To be frank, over this last 2-3 months, I would have got more than 100 plus LinkedIn invites and messages across the globe.
Wow.
Okay, so when you feel that people are just watching you and even congratulating you in spite of their busy schedule without knowing who we are and all, I thought, okay, then this certification is really valid. And even in the organization, people started, because I was just a 1-month baby in such a big organization, and people started congratulating me, saying that, okay, some person who just joined and cracked the PMP.
Wow.
And there are many people within the organization started approaching me, how you cleared, can you give us some tips, and such kind of voluntary calls and other things started coming, which really pushed me. And in fact, Sharath also called me and we told that don't stop the momentum, keep it up, because since you cleared ACP, you have a word with Shriram and Rahul. Then that evening itself, after that, I messaged you and Rahul, and you told that since you cleared that, why don't you take the classes?
Yeah.
Then I spoke to Rahul. He said, I believe you are in the travel mode. So he said currently recorded classes are there, but the next class will be on 30th of April. In fact, I was actually enrolled for 30th April class. But I started watching all your classes, consistently after that every Saturday and Sunday, because your recorded versions of the previous month classes was shared through Rahul. And I started reading it because the disciplinary was set. So every Saturday, Sunday, you have to spend for 2 to 4 hours for your classes. And I started consistently watching the classes. And because of that attitude, even if I drive or even if I have some free time, I used to watch the YouTubes. So I could able to complete your classes faster.
Very good.
Okay,
Very good.
I could able to complete the classes faster. And since we have been giving this mock of Agile classes for almost for the past 18 plus weeks,
right,
I thought, let me give some more marks, and including PMP. I mean, when I say including PMP, including the PMP period Agile Sunday marks, I could have done some 10 marks, I believe, 10 to 12 marks. And the last 4-6 marks course comes up 80 plus. Then you told me, okay, you try full mark. And I just gave all couple of 3 full marks, because that 3 holidays was there because of this Good Friday. And I thought, anyhow, there is nothing there here. Weather is horrible. We can't even go outside. So I thought, let me give you a try every day. So every day I tried and I shared the scores. You said you will be able to rock it.
Yeah.
Then I thought, okay, I will go and do. But one thing I just want to bring it to the notice. this is just my observation. PMP standpoint, I personally feel your classes and one round of walkthrough of Rita, and one round of go through of Agile practice guide is more than service, as long as people are able to properly attend all the classes and take seriously mock exams and full exams. Okay, I'm not sure it may help for others, but just for the better newcomers, I just want to share this. I had done almost 10-40 mocks, 40 weekly mocks, 10 times, and then 5 full mocks. So most of the learnings I had done was learn from the mistakes. Okay, so I was very disciplined in taking the notes of both the correct answers as well as wrong answers, why I am wrong. So in that way, so each day I am learning something new. In fact, down the time I used to think that I used to fail here rather fail there, so that I get to pay more attention on where I am lagging. Okay, so and people don't need to take any other pre-mock or any PMP mock or anything. Just ShriLearning full mocks are more than enough for any people to clear PMP with flying colors. Okay, I just read only once Rita Mulachi and only once Agile practice guide. So people don't need to worry that nothing is going inside the head and all. PMP will not ask anything, any single direct question from the book. All they ask is, have you understand the concepts? Are you able to take the right decision on the scenario provided in the situation?
Right.
So that way people can easily clear the PMP exams. I have 100% confident that learn from the mistakes and be disciplined in taking the mocks.
Right. So one question now. Since you read for PMP with the PMBOK or Rita or Agile Practice Guide, now you got all Agile concepts. But when it comes to ACP, ACP, we cannot take lightweight. It has its own weightage. So I believe you read Mike Griffith book.
Correct, Sriram. See, to be frank, I was in the mindset, even in our classes and the people who got cleared off when I was in the training period, they told that ACP is quite easy. Okay, and even when I was checking with the people told that among the complexity level, if PMP is 9 bar 10, ACP is 6 bar 10 only, 6 or 5 bar 10 only. So I was little childish, thought that okay, anyhow we cleared PMP, ACP will be nothing. And I don't know whether it's a good luck or bad luck. Mark scores also came out very well, above 80, 85 and all. So I thought, okay, we can clearly swim through. But when I cleared my first mark, you told that don't take it light note, because you hearing from the last couple of people who taken the exam that ACP level is quite high. Okay, so that triggered. Even Rahul told me that sir, don't take it light. So I went and read Agile practice guide one more time. Okay, because Rita Malaji was heavy. Heavy means number of pages. Though the book was decent, the pages wise I thought it will be heavy. So I just read one more time of Rita Malachi, and then as usual I just went through the notes and I just understand all the concepts and all. Complexity level, to be frank, I feel ACP is tougher for me. Compared to PMP, ACP is tougher because PMP you will be easily able to gauge, okay, this is what the situation, this is what it is. But ACP, it is really tougher. There are two things put me in trouble. One, you will not get break. So you have to stretch it out 120 questions in a single.
Hey, hello, welcome back.
Yeah, hi Shriram.
Hi Shriram.
All right. Hope the break was useful.
Yeah, Shriram.
All right, nice to know. Good to know. Okay. All right. Do I have everyone here? Poop. Okay, thanks for coming back. My internet is good, but at the same time, few minutes back, I found a little break in the internet. So if in case my voice drops, give a few seconds, I should come back. And thanks all for being here. Let's continue the learning process. And do anyone observe this success story? I know he had to talk more about the exams. It was very basic introduction. Anything you got up from the success story when he shared something? What he mentioned, very interesting things. Okay. Ramya says giving a panic attack. It's not like that. I have one person and he cleared exam 2-3 months back. He said it took not more than 2 hours to clear the exam, and it depends how we have worked in our corporates. Many times I feel that some of us would have worked in companies where they have different scenarios already happening. So when you go to exam hall, you will see more or less the same scenarios are there. That's how it is. Why people feel tougher is another thing. After doing PMP, we get a feel that, okay, if PMP have cleared, everything should be below that. That's a feel we go with. That is what I keep telling, don't do that. So everything has its own value. Okay, it is not something out of PMI, right? Same again, PMI. So PMI Institute has its own standards. So we have to maintain that. For that reason, it looks tough. If not, it's doable. Don't worry. We'll make you doable and clear the exam because we have those practice exams to go through. All right, with this, we'll get inside. What I do is I have to share the screen. What I have to bring? I have to show you something now. Here it is. Please confirm you are able to see the screen, what I'm sharing.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, good. As some of you may know, if some of you new here, this is communication board. What is communication board? This is a place where we have information about many things about your examination, about the classes. Let me start from the place where you can connect well. So this is your class right now, 30th of April, the class is happening now, right? After the class gets over, you will see a video here. So if you have this page bookmarked after logging into ShriLearning website, if you bookmark this page, if you come to this page, the video will be here. It's a YouTube video. Same way for other days also, videos will be here. So you can just come here, click, listen to the video. Number one. Number two, exam application, which we will start after a few weeks of time, not right now, but it has been explained what to do, how to do, explain. Beyond this, we'll also help you, but this is a help here. Okay, this is a basic information. Now, this is not the only thing you come here. You will get a list of success stories who just now you heard, right? Can be there. Also, we have some bunch of WhatsApp groups. And one other interesting thing is a study plan. This is important to understand what to read first. Then comes how to read. Now, what to read will be given here by subject, books, all will be given. Also, it will tell you how to read. When I say how to read, date and timeline will be there. For example, somebody says in this room, I'm going to write this exam by, what's the date today? We are in April, right? May. Let's say June 15th, I want to write this exam. If you say June 15th, what will happen is this plan will give a draft starting today till 15th. What all you can read? One, you can literally follow the same, or you can make some modification. I will read this. But thing is, you need that ground draft. The ground draft you will get here. We can flexibly modify it as per your need. Now, people watching in LinkedIn and YouTube, I would recommend you to first give a date, get a plan. Try start reading towards it. See for 1 week of time, and then remodify the plan again, because sometimes the first plan itself won't work. You have to put another plan to make it better. Yeah, that's the one expectation. All right, I think Rahul is helping with some links. Please try this. Okay. Now, what else we have? Few more content are here. I'll talk this a little later. You will have a weekly test, workshops, but primarily I want you to do one thing. Here, if you watch out, it's a 4 weeks or 5 weeks of classes. I have given some images here. These images, what you will do is you will write as you draw as a regular habits. For example, week 1. This you would have done if you're a PMP guy, already have done it. I will tell, please do it again. If you see here, it talks about when we'll go for Agile. What is predictive nature? What makes a system to move towards Agile? It's one picture, but explains a lot of information. So what is the expectation from you? This is a Saturday. Now, what you do is you take a white paper, or any note what you have, draw this. Literally draw this. Write the wordings as it is. First time you will just draw. You won't even think. Your brain won't think. Second and third time you will get a clue that why should I see this and draw? Without seeing, can I draw? When you want to draw without seeing, you should know which word come where. You should know what does a graph look like. Your brain start remembering things. When you remember it, it goes to your subconscious mind. Now, when you want to remember it, you want to connect this with some real-time life thing. Then only you can remember it. If not, you won't remember. So you will say predictive can be in the bottom, agile can be in the top. Why predictive in the bottom? Because the changes are low, frequency of delivery is low. This is how our brain works. Our brain tries to see in what way I can remember this. The what way is nothing but the real life things. For this reason, if you draw, your brain can capture. So now, going forward, the people in the WhatsApp group here, the people who are going to work here, take time in a week at least 2 times. I don't expect this every day. In a week, 2 times, draw these 2 images and click a picture, share in the WhatsApp group. Now, this way you connect more. And then we have for week 2. I have some principles given here. I would expect you to write it down. Week 3 and week 4. Some of these images I may add or remove based on the market things and new things coming up. But for now, these are the things you're going to do. You would have heard some people say writing is really helping them. Please do that. It'll help you. All right. So can I assume that in this room, everyone have access to this communication board? Do you hold it? All right. You all got it, right? Good. Very good. Nice. And spend some time. Go through this. That will help you a lot with the information. Okay, so now what else? We have to go to the subject, right? Just a minute. I just want to show you the study plan also before we jump in. I think just now Rahul shared your study plan link just for information. All right, so you get a study plan, something like which can show you. I think I pulled out PMP, which let me pull out ACP for you. Both looks closer. Some of them ask, do I read a study plan? I would tell not necessarily. Without plan also you can work, but with the plan, if you work, the effort gets faster. So that's the reason people go for the plan. Okay, the reason I'm asking you to put a plan is in the plan, you will come to know which domain to read. If you watch out here, you will get a clue of which domain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 domains. In each domain, what are the topics here? Which books to read here? It could be of a mic, a Scrum guide, right? You read this. How many hours you can put the effort? What is the timeline you can plan? One, you can plan exactly what it is here, or you can modify the date and little expand your timeline and you go for it. Now, why I'm saying this is I sometimes do something, write it down, print it, or take a white paper, write it down, stick on the wall, plans. Should we literally follow that? Not necessarily, but at least once in a while I keep looking at that. That puts me back on track. That back on track is the big thing. Anyone here who a little bit struggle to get on track than what you thought on January 1st? When the year begin, you thought you want to do this, you want to do that, but sometimes we don't be in the track. Do you? Anyone here struggle like that?
I am.
Oh man, thanks for accepting honestly, because this is a big problem for many of us where we can't come on track. We would have thought something. If what we thought we have achieved now, the level will be somewhere else, isn't it? The day when you return the plan, it looked like, pah, next Ambani, next Elon Musk kind of plan. If you see that plan, I don't know where it is. The paper disappeared. So we need something to be in the wall or somewhere visible. We have to see that regularly to get an idea of where we are. For that reason, only we're giving a plan. All right. So people in LinkedIn, YouTube, get the plans. So that will be helpful for you. All right, let's get inside. So now let's start about the video, what it showed you. The video gave a clue about the 4 values, 12 principles, and number of practices or methods what we have. So quick understanding. So what is Agile? They keep telling here is mindset. It is not something about a method. It is about the philosophy. What I'm going to talk about Agile is more about, you would have heard it, you would have used it, but it's about a philosophy. Philosophy is something, a belief system. So now it all starts from the way we look at things, for which 4 values and 12 principles has been written. By the way, let me see if I can remove some of the. Do anyone see the dark patch on the top? Or it is disappeared? I'm trying to see how to make this guys disappear. No? Okay, very good. Nice. I think it's gone. Sometime. I think Zoom is better than any other app. I feel they try to help more as per our need. Okay, now coming back here, 4 values and 12 principles is what primarily discussed. This was discussed in a year. Do anyone remember the year? Which year they discussed this 4 values and 12 principles? Do anyone know the year? 2001. 2001. By this time, have you started a job? Anyone here, or you're in college, school? Huh? Just went to kindergarten, Shriram. Anyone here started a job by this time? Okay, school. Huh? Some of them school, some of them college, some of them started a job. So 2001 was a time where things kickstarted. So before this, nothing was there. Before this, people are blind. Do you think that? Before this, we don't do any work. Before this, we don't have results. What do you think? We don't have anything? We have, right? It was working. It was working. So it is there for a long time. Then why 2001 is a big milestone? Why this is big? The reason is from the year 1950s, okay, 1950s, there is something boiling in the industry. What do you mean by boiling, Shriram? Let's talk a little background. In 1950s and 60s, do we have more of technology-oriented work or machine-related work? What kind of work we were doing? If you remember, machine or technology?
Machine-related.
More of a machine-related work, right? Machines were used 1950s and 60s. More of machines we are using. We are moving into the industrial revolution, industrial model are happening. From 1970, some timeline, the more of technology starts coming inside, telling that how this machine can be automated. Even today we do machines. You can't say no machine, right? You have machine all over us. We have a washing machine, refrigerator, tape recorder, television. The same thing what your grandparents use, you're also using. But do you see that a lot of technology has come inside these machines? The answer is yes. Even the farmer, when they're using the tractors, the plowing machine or a water pumping machine, it's all machine. Same thing we are using for 100 years. But now technology has come in. Now, when the technology has to come inside to make this machine work very efficiently, we started using something called digital world, which is called zeros and ones, binary digital world. On top of that, many things are happening from 1960, 70, 80. So we were doing things, but the problem here is that a little change there. When we worked in 1940, 50, it was more of machine which you can plan well. What you want as outcome, a car, a tractor, a truck, a machine, a washing machine, a refrigerator. We know what it is. We can take time to do that and bring it out. People can wait for the result. Okay, this is what it was. From 1970 and 80, after technology starts coming inside, technology made certain things possible that things can change. Things can change over a period of time. From the day when you dream something, from the day it can become a result, in between, there is something called change. This was there years back, but not heavily stressed. Now, what happened here is over a period of time, it started getting more higher. People started giving more changes. People accepting more changes. Now, Now, the way which we worked for so many years, where we call as a predictive way, well-planned way, that was not really supporting the changes which are coming in. So from 1980 or 1983 timeline, something starts happening where they started seeing something called how to adapt changes, how to accept changes as per the market demand. Now, this timeline between 2000, nearly bunch of years, decades, what happened is there are many ways of working came into picture, specifically for technology-oriented places. They started using Kanban. They started using Scrum. They started using something called Crystal or Lean. Shriram, Lean and Kanban, have you heard in the manufacturing industry? Anyone here from manufacturing industry? Have you heard Kanban Lean before? Have you heard?
Yeah, sure.
Right. What kind you heard when you worked in industry? I believe you are from automobile or manufacturing.
No, during my, before I joined my initial work, I was doing an intern in the manufacturing sector in a Ford company. So that time for the assembly line, one of my project was to, enhance the productivity of the cycle line using the lean techniques in terms of eliminating the cycle times and those things.
Right. Very good. Thanks for that. So improving the efficiency, we're using lean methodology, right? Lean usually we call it for efficiency, or we call it as reduction of waste. How to reduce the waste in the system. They call further down, they go into talk about Six Sigma qualities, all the fallen. Now, point here is this lean and Kanban, we are talking from 1950s and 40s, talking about the efficiency of the manufacturing and other predicted industries. Now, what happened is in between 1980 and 2000, they started adopting this Kanban or a Lean or a Scrum methods. Few more are there. They started using that. In fact, there is something called XP, extreme programming. These all started used into technology oriented, that is information technology. How to make these machines work efficiently. That's why it comes to technology. Now, what happened this time when a lot of changes are coming in and these systems are coming into picture of giving value. Now, there was a question, and all these guys who work on Kanban, Scrum, Lean, XP joined together and said that, why don't we as a group come together to give a solution? Why we are individually working? Why don't we put things together? So the Scrum, which is there from 1983 or 90 timeline, now they came to a conclusion, let's sit and talk. Let's bring something which can add value to the generations going to come. So they derived something called 4 values and 12 principles. This is in no way related to anything what you are calling as a methodology. It could be a Kanban, it could be Scrum, Lean, no way related. When I say related, it is not exactly what you do in that Lean methods. It's not exactly what is Scrum methods, but this is a philosophy which help us to understand what is Scrum. This is a philosophy help us to understand what is actually Agile means. This is a philosophy which helps us to understand why we do in Kanban way. It also helps what is XP will do. It will express why Lean is going to help. Now, this is a philosophy which helps us to understand why we have to serve the customer on time. Why don't want to wait or make them to wait. And this mindset and philosophy happened in the year 2001, February, where these people of all this group of methods joined together. They created these 4 values and 12 principles. This is what I've given you as a writing habit for you. While writing, you'll get a clue that it has some essence and meaning. There, they don't talk about 2 weeks of iteration. There, they don't talk about what a XP look like, what a Kanban look like, what a Scrum look like. No, they don't talk about it. They give a very basic philosophy. Shriram, what you keep on telling basic philosophy. As a human, how much better or how good we can live. There are a lot of philosophy books. But there are some ways of doing things. Like if you go to Stephen Covey books of 7 habits will tell that divide your day. Put it as very important, urgent, It's a kind of a method, it's a framework. But these philosophies, what Stephen Covey is telling, it's not new. It is there from thousands of years. You go to any country, they will have it. Their philosophers have written all the things, how a life should be lived. If you go to India, in India, all the part you have, people have written it. If you go to China, they've written it. But somebody will derive that philosophy, write a framework, like a Stephen Covey. People tell Stephen Covey done a great job. No, actually, he just derived the philosophy, written one method. Whatever they said, he given in a presentable form, which can be applied on a day-to-day life. Now, philosophy is all over the world. The same way, Agile, they created a philosophy which states 4 values and 12 principles, how to effectively serve your customer. Now, whoever derives it and write a framework, whoever derives it gives a way of doing that. Those are the methods below there. Now, what is our role in PMI-ACP? You will learn this 4 values and 12 principles, what it is. You will learn the methods which actually using it. That way, when you go for a better job or your current job, you know why the philosophy is there. You know why this method is there. You know the essence of why we are doing daily stand-up. You know the essence of why we do review, retrospective, or could be whatever it is. When you know why we do, you come out of doing Agile and you turn to be a being Agile. Do you see any difference in the terminology of what I'm saying? Doing Agile and being Agile? Do anyone get a difference of what I'm saying? Doing Agile and being Agile. What do you get out of it? What is the thought?
To do the work and get the work done.
Okay, that's good. Interesting. Do the work, get the work done. I like that. Okay, what else can be? When you say doing Agile, what it mean?
Changing the mindset completely of, how you have to work instead of, how you make you better, like if you do that thing.
Okay, yeah, good thought there. I appreciate it. Okay, Manoj says know the reason behind Agile. Okay, very good. Nice, like that. Okay, quick info. If somebody not into Agile, are you seeing in a corporate? Have you seen this role called a Scrum Master in your corporates? You would have seen, right? Okay. Have you seen these people set up some meetings on a daily basis, weekly basis? They call us a daily stand-up or a daily Scrum. You would have seen it. Or you would see something called sprint review, iteration review. Now, there are companies where I'm seeing people very much serious about following the meeting agenda, very serious about talking about the Agile factors and doing it. But that alone will not help. Of course, that will help. I'm not saying no. That alone will not help to give results. The results can happen only when you digest it. You understand it, why we do this. Now, the why factor gets into the being Agile. I think somebody said here, we have to know why we do this. Philosophy is a mindset. If you go to from one state to another state in India, every state has a different way of looking at the culture, the food system, dressing code, or the belief on the spirituality. Same goes to a different country. You move from one country to another country. If you do it mechanically, whatever your parents said or elders said doesn't make any sense. Rather, you understand the philosophy behind that, why they are doing this. Then you start enjoying it. Then you start improving it, right? There are some spiritual beliefs. There are some cultural festivals in the country like India. If you ask some of the generation currently, they don't know why they do that. They mechanically do. And off late, it's slowly that also going away. They're very interested to click pictures, post it. More than that, they don't know why they do that. Now, after one more generation, that also will go away. It will be only a calendar holiday, nothing more than that. But if you go 50, 60 years back, that festival would have been came because they want to serve the farmers. They want to help the cattle or animal around them. They would have done because from summer it is moving to different season. Maybe from winter it is moving to some other season. The season change, they would have set that for cultural function. Now, if you don't know the philosophy of what it is, it will become one calendar holiday. Now I'll connect this to your agile things happening in your corporate. How many meetings in your Outlook just look like a meeting because you don't know why it's happening? You can be very honest and open, because I have seen some meetings. I don't know why that meeting is there. We just go there. Because everybody is there, I'll be there. Have anyone been like that? Have you?
Most of the time, Shriram.
I believe not for appraisal meeting, salary hike.
Yeah. Those are exceptionals.
Right. So many times in Outlook, we don't know why that meeting is there. We go and sit. The reason is we didn't understand the philosophy of why it has originated. The reason behind of that. Now, the agile mindset is understanding, not only for the meeting is an example, understanding how a customer look into, why we have to work very closely with the customer, why we have to connect frequently within us, why we have to do face-to-face communication, why we have to do retrospective and review ourselves. There is a philosophy, there is a mindset. Once you get this, now comes every day 15 minutes connecting. Every 2 weeks is so a demonstration to the customer. Now that meetings make some sense. Now what is happening in the market, Same way in India, how we celebrate some of the festivals, happening Scrum teams. In the calendar, it is there. For the namesake, it happens. Somehow you take selfie picture, post it, celebrated. What you celebrated, I don't know. Everyone came in, you celebrated. That's not the essence. The essence is you have to help the farmers. You have to understand the nature. You have to not kill the animals around you, cattle around you. That's the reason they made it. If you don't know, this is all only a calendar. Unfortunately, in the market, many Scrum qualified or Agile qualified people only follow the calendar. They don't know what is behind. For that reason, they keep telling in 2001, not now. It's not a problem today. Today itself, so much problem. Imagine the year 1980, 1990. Biggest problem, people don't understand the mindset of the customer. They don't understand of the people working with them. They don't respect each other. For this reason, they created these 4 values and 12 principles. I'm sure you all know this, but let's relook at the wordings properly so we gain more knowledge, right? All right. On this line, any thoughts in your company when you see Agile? Some of your company will be very matured in Agile. I should not tell all are bad. Some will be so good. Some will be a little bad. Anyone here have a comment about how do you see in your day-to-day life? All right, let me go a little more. So now, Agile principles and mindsets, what are we going to see here? This is called exam content outline. This PDF is available. It's shared with you also. If not also, let know, we'll get you. Your exam is targeted based on this area. The first one is talking about Agile principles and mindset. It says, how do you explore, embrace, and apply Agile principles and mindsets within the context of the project team and organization? Within the context of project, team, and organization. It is not only for your team, for the whole organization. This is why I keep telling that it talks about Agile leadership. Okay, I'm not talking one role. Some of us get a feel that whenever they listen the word Agile, they know one word called Scrum Master. This is one of that. Don't take it as a granted. PMI-ACP talk a little broader. It will try to see you a person who can contribute to the organization also, right? Let's go one by one, deep inside. Like this, we have few domains. I'll come one by one as I go deep inside. There is a short video which I'm talking now. We have this mindset from a long time. There is something called predictive way. You predict things and do it. Other one is adaptive way. Adapt to the situation, right? Adapt. Now, what is predictive? What is adaptive? Predictive is you well plan it. We call it as a long-term plan. We'll make it happen. It works. I will not say no, it works. Some places it really works well. There is something called adaptive. You will make a short plan, see some result, again a short plan, see some results. short plan, see some results. Both has its own plus and minus. Am I right? Both has its own plus and minus. No, Shriram. Adaptive means always plus. Predictive means always negative. Do anyone want to say like that? Do anyone want to say like that? I would say no, that's not the way. No, that's not the way, right? It has both plus and minus, because I see some of them arguing in the market. Agile is the next thing in the world. Every company will be bought by Elon Musk. World is Elon Musk. No, he's one of the guy in the world. Okay. So now point here is everything has plus and minus. You have to give time. You have to observe it. It depending on a situation. In fact, market is going on a hybrid. Is this right? Hybrid. You and me working in a hybrid model. Now, why this video? This video will give you a perception or a view why we have to go in this model. Why we have to go in this model. Let's understand quickly, because we have to go into the agile factors. Let me see if I can give you all. Yep.
This is St James's Park, home of Newcastle United Football Club. I was born in Newcastle and grew up a few miles out of town. In Newcastle, they say that football isn't life or death. It's more important than that. Alas, my own football skills were distinctly lacking. But there was a game we'd play at the back of the classroom when the teacher wasn't looking. Football, kind of. I'm sketchy on the rules. I guess we'd take turns to get across the pitch and...
Nice strike! Oh, better than nice! Wonderful!
It struck me recently that the game is a rather lovely demonstration of Agile. We have value delivered in small increments as the ball makes its way up the pitch. And we have the opportunity to course correct. Turns out that it's easy to recover from a wayward first kick. It's taken me decades to work out how to really play this game. Now, where did I put my special pencil? Ah, here it is. My turn. Ready, aim. Aim some more, and...
Good shot, it's in! Final minutes!
As I'm sure you've guessed, this enormous pencil represents a waterfall approach. It's an all eggs in one basket approach. We design, build and test this Leviathan and launch it onto the world. It's either a big hit or a big miss. No second chances. If our aim is true, if the playing field is flat, if the goalposts don't move, we're on to a winner. But for me, that's an awful lot of ifs, an awful lot of risk. In an uncertain world, the enormous pencil starts to look less like an unfair advantage and more like a big-assed liability. In an uncertain world, we need a pencil that's more, what's the right word? Agile. With this small but perfectly formed agile pencil, our aim doesn't need to be true, the playing field doesn't need to be flat, and the goalposts don't need to stay put. All that we're really required to do is keep kicking.
Oh, what about that?
So what did you make of the what is agile pencil analogy?
Okay, I believe it gave a little idea what we are talking here. Let me see. I'm trying to do some settings so that it. All right, good. All right. So, did you got some clue what we are talking here? The way it explains, I believe it gives some clarity that we don't need to push it, but we are getting a clue that when actually there is a necessity where you need a course correction. Did you feel that we have a course correction happening? Oop. Maybe. Just a minute. All right. Right. See, the point here is a course correction, right? It's not all the project you're going to have a course correction. I would be very transparent on this. Some projects, but if you ask my career, a few years I worked in a banking domain, telecom, and sometime in insurance group or pharma. Most of the time where I worked, the course correction was keep on happening. So there is a course correction that the ultimate goal is we know. Okay, to reach the goal, there are some steps keep getting changed. Is it so? Anyone here work like that? You work in a corporate where it's not going to be the same. It's going to have some change, not totally changed. Okay, the scope we know that that's what we're going to reach, but we'll do little course correction here and there. It may be from any industry, any domain you are. If you feel that that is what is happening, I will tell you then. Obviously, I think you have to go for agile factor of working. That's what they're telling. All right, let's go a little more. What I want to bring here, domain one, what all there in domain one? In domain one, you will see some factors which I will highlight for you. One is about you learn about Scrum as a methodology, what it is. You have to learn something called extreme programming. You have to learn what is called lean methodologies and leadership practices. You have to learn this, where you talk about servant leader factors. And I'll talk about Kanban also, which is very important. So Lean, Scrum, XP, Kanban, very important. Highlight thing is we have to learn this 4 values and 12 principles, why it exists, what it is all about. When you learn this, you'll be in a better shape first to understand the basics of Agile. And also you are in a better shape to attend the interviews. So, why you keep on telling interviews? I would recommend at least 6 months once attend an interview. Whether you go for a job, that's a different story. Just see, are you really learning something? If you go out for interview, definitely you have to read something, right? If not, you won't. I'm not saying that you have to keep on changing the job, but I'm telling that at least you will see where you stand. That helps you to learn properly. Okay, read this line. Let me know what you think about this. Okay. I'm seeing some answers coming up. Let me see from YouTube also, people, what do you think? Predictive. All right. What puts you to think as a predictive? What makes you to think as a predictive?
Because you already know like what to do.
Exactly. Certain things we would have done few more times, right? It is not pretty new to us. We have done few more times. Scope is also very clear. I sometimes feel that there's a few more times gives some confidence that, hey, I know these things, man. This is going to be. Certain things don't change very drastically because it's there for a long time. We know that's how it's going to work. Right? That's how it is. So in the YouTube, I'm seeing Sanchi says predictive, Sundar says hybrid, possibly can be hybrid also. But many times if you do something, you know what it is all about. Then we get into the place called predictive or plan-driven way of doing things. In my personal life, I may have a lot of things well predicted. I know what time I have to go here. I know how the class is going to happen. Sometimes little changes will happen, but most of the time things are well known for us. Now, is this wrong? I will say no. Predictive needs a skill to do, isn't it? So now everything is known, man. Is it tough? Yes, it is tough. If you know everything, you have to be a little more careful to plan it. You cannot just like that make a haphazard plan. I don't know, for some reason people think that predictive very easy. Anyone here thinking predictive very easy? You may not know that. It'll be so tough. It has a lot of risk behind that because you have to plan 6 months from now. For 6 months from now, you have to have a proper risk mitigation strategy. You should know how to anticipate certain changes. You should know how assumptions work. Even today, predictive nature projects are very, very tough. You have to be very careful on it. Now, that's not the game today. The game here is I want you to know what is predictive. Now the game here is this one. Now read this and let me know. Tell me which term attracts you.
Agile.
Very good, Agile. But what wordings in this whole paragraph
Scope.
attracts you?
So it's like you need to get continuous feedback from, and then
There
you
you
need to
go.
change the scope.
There you go. I saw a few more people put that. Let me see YouTube also. Are you guys getting attracted to this word called feedback? Feedback, yeah. When you are doing some work, on middle of the work, or when you started the work, somebody is going to give a feedback. Hey, that's right. No. Change it like this. Little modification. Do you think this feedback cycle can save time, money, rework, scrap? Do you think so? These all can happen.
You can fail fast.
Right? We can go faster also.
No, you can
Sanchi
fail
says
fast.
fail fast. Okay, yeah, good. That's also a good idea. Fail fast. So now feedback is going to be a big thing from the year 1980. Don't talk for now. I'm talking from 1980, 1990. Now, feedback makes us, and also the second important thing is a priority. Now, we are living in a world, if you tell 10 items, not all 10 are important. Let's imagine your Amazon order booking. If you say 5 orders today you made, do you think all the 5 you want immediately, or some will be in the top list? Some may be in the top list. Now, if you know which is in the top list, you may say that I want it first. The rest all can come by Tuesday or Wednesday. But the topmost priority is tomorrow something should happen. In your personal life in Amazon, if you can choose which is the highest priority, same happens in a product in the market now. Now, why Shriram, we didn't talk about this 50 years back? Of course, it was there. Maybe you and me didn't see that. It used to be there. But now, with the technology advancement, this is more possible. See, there are days when you did something to make that correction, which will take more time and energy, effort. Now, with the technology change, you can change things. That too, in the year 2001, they brought this Agile specifically for software industry, which can adapt change faster than any other industry. It was possible. It is possible. Now, what is happening here is with the artificial intelligence, with the robotic process, every industry has option of changing. Even construction industry, they have option of change, not all, some area. Now, message here is the previous slide and this slide, what we are trying to put. We are trying to tell that there is predictive, there is agile. Now, in predictive, you well plan things and do things, whereas in agile, you plan. At the same time, you look for feedback continuously and you prioritize the things. Now, there's a feedback and priority setting. Two keywords in agile will change the system whole upside down. The next question, can I apply this feedback and prioritize setting for every deliverable in the world? Let me put the question to you. For every deliverable in the world, can I put feedback and priority setting? Let me listen to you. What is your thought? Not possible.
No, guys.
Ramya says not possible. Tulsi says no. Jaga says no. Yeah. After proper analysis, we'll understand whether we can do it or not. Not all. Let's say a doctor doing a surgery. Can we call as a surgery as a project? Can we? A surgery is a project? Of course, right? It's a project, right? Let's imagine a serious surgery is going to happen. Let's imagine somebody is getting surgery for 5 years, 6 hours of surgery. Now, do you think feedback and priority setting can happen in this process of 5 hours of work? Do you think feedback and priority can be done from the day we decided for the surgery until the day the person recovers? Some portion you can do, not all, some you can do. But surgery, the 5 to 6 hours, you have to do what it is. You have to go sequential way. A doctor has to plan well in advance, 4 weeks before a person is going for a surgery, a major surgery. their food system, what time they have to sleep, what are the pre-medicine, post-medicine, and what is the operation theater readiness and doctor mindset readiness. Yeah, surgery is not an easy thing, man. You're playing on a person who is really life there. It is not something control Z. You copy paste something, doesn't go well, control V, control C, control Z, you'll come out of it. That's not surgery, right? It's life. Miss it, gone. Now, certain things you cannot go by feedback and priority, even though a little bit accommodatable, not all. So blindly, if somebody says world is agile, yes, certain things, but not all. Certain things has to go as it is. So you cannot force fit something. But what is the essence of agile? That you have to understand. Let's go for that. That's what you have to understand. So this, I think we just now saw that. Plan driven. The bottom you show something about quick builds. Just to see the blue color lines alone. Just see the blue. Now, top and the bottom, without I am saying anything, you may get a clue that one single blue line is jumping in the top. Same product is from design to build to release, it's going on, which is actually good in a plan-driven approach. Even today, many companies work in this order and we deliver the value that finally a star comes out. If you follow the blue color, sky blue color, something comes out here. Now, what is the difference between the top blue and the bottom blue? Can somebody tell me? What do you see the difference between both? Not the color difference, but the lines, the arrows. What's the difference?
Top one is like so. First, below one is like it's a continuous process, like they're repeating. It's an every process basically.
They made a short task and then completing it.
Well said.
Oh, second one is an iterative process.
Yeah.
All right, well said. Do you see in the top, the same packet is carried? First this much size, then little bigger, then little more bigger, then much bigger, and then it becomes a star. Do you see this? Benefit of all, I'll mute somebody. Yeah. Do you see there's the same thing happening here, just carried away? Nothing wrong in it, but the industry where we are working, which needs agile, that's wrong. The problem with our industry is our guys, once they read plant driven is the whole, oh, plant driven is bad, bad, bad. Not like that. Some industry, that is how it has to work. We are not going to argue for that. We are going to talk about our industry. In our industry, I cannot carry this packet this heavy. The reason is risk is pretty high. You're going to open the box on the last day. Chuchu, you open the box and the customer says, hey, I didn't ask this, man. Oh man, I should have asked you 1 week before. So many times it happens the last day when you open the box, it's a failure. Risk is very high here in the industry where you and me are working, if there is a demand. But what is the difference here? Rightly, many people say it. I can see the chat also. They're saying that a frequent delivery. I'm not carrying the big box. What I'm doing here, I'm giving one small piece. And then already that small piece here, plus incrementing it. I'm having already two small pieces, another increment here. Now what is happening here is, whatever you did as a defined build and release, I'm doing that in a one packet. One packet. It's called time boxing. Time boxing. In time box, in a specific time, I will do the whole piece and give one workable component to the customer. Shriram, is it possible to all the industry? Come on, man. In construction, imagine I want to do a, let's say, railway station. Can I give a railway station like this? No, you cannot. No argument here. You cannot. That's it. It's going to go only plan driven. In railway station, to design the railway station platform in a way, you do a design architecture. It's going to be 3 months of design work. There, can I do this? Yes, I can go. I can switch with my design engineers. I'll give an incremental delivery to them. This is a station entry. This is a station platform. This is a station train movement. I'll give it incrementally, show some designs to them. Can I do that? Can the design itself a project? Yeah, it'll take, I'm telling 3 months, but it can get more than that. In India, they're planning a bullet train. To plan the bullet train, it takes 4 years, 5 years, or more than that. That can be incremental. I'm not saying about full factor. Now let's come back to the industries where you and me are working. You and me are working in industry where customer needs something to use it, taste it, and then tell, will it work or not? When they say, we give incremental. So we are not debating which is right, which is wrong. We have to see which is for me, which is for my organization, which will help me to grow further. And this is the reason PMP goes pretty deep inside to explain both very well and talk about hybrid also. Whereas ACP will talk more deep inside Agile only. Today being the first day, I'm giving some basics for you. But as we go deep inside, this comparison will not come. We will directly go inside Agile, tell that how we can deliver it incrementally with the feedback. They'll go deep inside that. Hope it helps you. Poo. Let's go. By the way, we don't see the word of feedback here. Do you think feedback happens every time?
Yes.
Okay. By the way, why we need a feedback? See, anyway, we are delivering it, right? We are giving the value to the customer. So why actually we need a feedback? We can just keep giving that piece by piece.
We are on track or not, we'll come to know.
We are on track or not. Okay, our side. What is from customer side?
See if they need
From
any
the customer,
changes.
if they need any change.
Is it
Am
meeting
I
client expectations?
Am I getting value or not? See, in Agile world, always remember this word value delivery. Have you heard this word? You would have heard this multiple times. It's called value delivery. What is the value for me? If I'm going to sit with you for 10 days, what's the value? Next 10 days, what's the value? What's the value? What rightly said here is, are we on track? This is from the performing company perspective. What is the perspective of the customer? We sometimes call us performing company, or let's put as an agile team. This is agile team. But there is a customer. The customer want to know, am I getting what I'm needed for? For that reason, we have this review and feedback session. They review it. They say that, oh yeah, this is what I want. No. The color should be like this. So adjustments can happen immediately. I don't need to wait for end of the game. This is why they came in. Okay, let's go a little more. Okay, this is a whole story, history, geography. We would have seen few times. If somebody don't know this, give me a little heads up to you. I think I keep telling the years. I know I keep insisting this years 1950, 60. There is a reason behind that, because many youngsters like you, you called me youngster. Excited, man. Yeah, some of the youngsters like you, or some of you are just out of college or getting the job. They have a misconception that sometimes agile is only for current trend, which is only happening recently. So I just want to make them bit aware that agile is there from a long time, and in fact they started using in 1950s. If you think iterative incremental, now only I came to know this word, man, last 1 year, 2 year. If you feel that, it is there from 1950 in the NASA and Defense Force, they're using it. In 1960s, they're talking about 2 weeks iterations. Okay, so it's all already there. In 1986, Takuchi Nanoka, these two people from Japanese, good lecturers, even today they're lecturing in big universities. They are the one published a paper called New Product Development. From here, one method got originated, which is the most famous method in the world. Can someone tell me which method is that? From this, one of this method got originated. Which one?
Scrum.
Yes. Scrum came from here. Sorry, guys, it's echoing for somebody. Okay, Scrum came from here. Paper published in 1986. Two Japanese people, and then American set of people. They took over it. Anyway, so within them, they gave a credit to each other, and Scrum got created from there. Scrum is a word used in this paper. It was from the rugby game. If somebody watched rugby, of course, in India, we don't watch much with the rugby. Rugby usually in India happens in Parliament and Assembly. If not, they talk about rugby in the sports ground, how as a group they move to make things to happen. So now, this is a paper published in 1986. Why I want to tell this 1986. Okay, by the time I think either some of you are born or not born. Okay, 1990s. I gave a time, right? This is a very peak time of system where we started seeing Scrum, dynamic system development, extreme programming, all are happening. Individually, each and working each different way. Then thankfully, all these guys thought, why we are working individually? Why don't you put together? That is where Agile came in. So if you think after Agile, Scrum came, no. Scrum, Kanban were already there. From there only, these same people, the same people who did Scrum and Agile, they only did the Agile manifesto. This is how it started. I think some of you would have heard this story already. Just try to recall it. So you have all this method under the umbrella called Agile. First of all, these methods are already there. Then they created the umbrella. It's not first umbrella, then this. Okay, it's the other way. But whatever it is, tomorrow imagine you are thinking very smart and you are bringing a new method. If that follows Agile 4 values and 12 principles, yeah, it will be accepted. Don't be surprised. China can bring a new method. India can bring a new method. With the changes, something new come. But point here is, if that's going to help the customer, we will call it as Agile. Or something new can come. That's why in PMP they use the word adaptive. They don't tell that it's called Agile. It's called adaptive. Under adaptive, Agile is one of that. Tomorrow Agile will go, Agile will come. Who knows? Something can come. But point is, are we thinking towards customer? That's the intention. Yeah, that's a point. By the way, I put some date here just to make a little more emotional connection. Do anyone know why this date and what is this name? Anyone knows this? Any connection between the date and name?
Probably Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Ah, you got it, man. Yeah, 1945, right? If I'm not wrong. So
Yeah,
1940,
during Second World War, I think. Yeah.
Second World War. Yeah, you're right. So 1945, Second World War. In August 6, 1945, they deployed one on bomb which is called as a Little Boy. In August 9, they deployed one which is called Fat Man. Okay, why they deployed it, what they did is a different story. But why that is being discussed here, I'll give a little highlight so you know the emotional connection of why we are working like this today. By the way, this bomb is planned to deploy on August 11th. They pre-bought the production 2 days before. So bad, right? I know many people dead. It's a really bad incident. Even today, it's bad. Not people recovered. Okay, this is what we are worried now. Nothing should happen. Will not happen. Let's believe all good. Now, why this story I'm telling here is Japan had a tough time after this war. They were struggling. 1945 to 50, tough time for them. Not much money, not much qualified people. How to do the work? They're struggling. So Japanese thought something. They called as a Kaizen principle. Have you heard about Kaizen principle? I'm sure many people are Six Sigma here, or people are here. You may heard about Kaizen. If you heard about Kaizen, very good. Right? You heard about Kaizen. Kaizen is a continuous improvement. Is that right? Continuous improvement. So now, what happened is the Japanese are struggling after this second time World War. Now they don't have a infrastructure. They don't have a financial support. They didn't have much, but only support they had is from America. Sriram, are you kidding me? They are the one deployed the bomb. How come they support? Yeah, after doing that, America will do that. If they'll do something and that they'll support you in the name of support, we know what they do. So now coming back here, they said you can have collaboration with us. Japanese were lack of lot of resources. So what they did is they started doing iterative. They started doing short cycle. They don't maintain the inventory. They have something called just in time. Have you heard about JIT? Just in time. That is called just in time. They brought in something called work in progress. They brought on something called Kaizen, right? They went with plan to check it. Yeah, plan to check act model of a cycle, PDCA cycle, PDCA. Whatever you see today, these all born because they don't have a much resource by the time. Also, the efficiency happened. Japanese suddenly they can't think like that. They were doing historically for a long time, but now the resource shortage made them to think like this. That is where we are working today. Whereas the Western culture, how they used to do, not now. I'm talking years when they were flourishing. So you know what we are flourishing? When we are close the heights, these are the guys who will come over the ocean, take everything and go away. Okay, because they are so good in ocean by the time. So overage will happen. They come and take all the spice, gold, everything. They earn big money. By the time what they do, Western culture is anything they do in a big shape. They demolish everything, construct the big buildings, big monuments, Everything they'll do. How they'll do? Money taken from other country. Money from the developing, underdeveloping country, they take everything and they do everything. Okay, they were having good life. Now, they were not thinking about that. Whereas Japanese are struggling with the resources, they started thinking this angle. 1950s and 60s and 70s, still some of the countries are flourishing, some are struggling. Today, 2000, do you think every country applying this? Do you feel that? You can tell every country literally applying this. The reason is now you cannot loot another country very easily, like what you did 200 years back. So now everyone has to survive on their own. When you have to survive on your own, you should know how to be efficient enough. If you're not efficient enough, you're screwed up. Okay. So now these all happened years back. Now the cycle is coming back. So many things what we learned from Japanese, what you're going to see in Scrum, Agile, whatever it is, majority of the learning will be from Japanese model. That's why the Six Sigma formats or other Agile formats are pretty important, because it helps you to understand how efficient something can be there with a given shorter period of time. Okay, that's a message. All right, good. Story, history. There are a lot of history behind this. Let's not go too much down there. This is one video. I believe some of you could have seen before. Let's quickly watch this. I want to show this video. Here, this video explains about the way we plan it properly. I'm not more focused on that. I'll be encouraging you to watch two things here. How iteratively, or you want to use the English word iteratively, iterative or iterative, whatever way you want to pronounce, iteratively and incrementally, how it works. There is an example given here, even though you've seen it before or seeing for the first time. Please observe it. Something why we have to do iterative, why we are doing incremental. Shriram, I thought iterative, incremental means both are same. If anyone is like that, please observe this. It is not same. Both are different. Iterative is different. Incremental is different. But why both are coming together? Please observe this at 2 minutes, and I'm sure it will open a lot of mind thought process. Let's quickly discuss after this video. Right. What I'm going to do. I'm going to share the things. Let me remove the black patch also. Yes, let's go.
If the requirements are not known or not clear, it adds to the complexity. And waterfall approach may not be appropriate for the complex projects. Before I go any further, let's start with this weird analogy. Assume a project is initiated to fill this pothole. If we know the exact dimensions of the pothole or the requirements are known, then the project phases can be sequential. It starts with the dimensions or requirements, design and prepare the mold, pour the concrete material, finishing of the block, and fill the pothole. Sequential and easy to manage, isn't it? This is called the waterfall approach. As we know, it works only if all the requirements are known and clearly understood at the beginning. If we don't know the dimensions of the pothole, then it becomes a complex problem. In this case, how to solve the complex problem when the requirements are not known at the start of the project? In the same example, assume you don't know the dimensions of the pothole. Therefore, you decide to chisel out the shape to fill the gap. You go on refining the shape by carving and cutting it over and over again. This is called iterative approach. You refine or iterate until you carve the block to perfectly fit into the pothole. Therefore, even though you do not know the dimensions or requirements, you could fill the gap with multiple iterations. This is called the iterative approach. Now, let us solve this complex problem in yet another way. You create a square block and deliver it to the customer. Customer places the square block in the pothole and gives you feedback. You create more incremental blocks based on the feedback and fill the pothole. If I name these blocks as increments, then this is called the incremental approach. Here, the customer does not have to wait till the end of the project. Customer can start using the increments and gives out feedbacks towards the completion of the project. Therefore, even though you didn't know the dimensions to start with, you could fill the gap with incremental approach. Another smart way of handling it when the requirements are unknown. Yet another scenario. Here, you have absolutely no clue how big or small is the pothole. In this case, you decided to deliver smaller bricks. With continuous customer feedback, you could send the bricks in appropriate size and shape. You also chisel out some of the bricks to fit them in the pothole. Therefore, these smaller deliveries are incremental as well as iterative. This is a smart approach when you have too many unknowns or unclear requirements. And this is called Agile approach towards solving the complex problem. Okay, with this weird analogy, isn't it easy to remember the concept? So, we have seen the waterfall approach, we have seen the iterative approach, we have seen the incremental approach, and we have also seen the agile approach. Don't you think these visuals not only help to digest the concept quickly, but also help to remember it for longer? Now, let us summarize it with real-world example of website development project. When all the requirements are known and clearly understood at the beginning of the website development project, we can follow the waterfall approach. We execute the project phases in sequence and deliver complete functional website at the end. When the requirements are not known at the beginning, we can take the iterative approach. It starts with creating the website with very basic framework. We go on refining or chiseling out the website in subsequent iterations to deliver the final product. Iterative approach is all about refining the product through iterations until all customer requirements are met. Now, let us look at incremental approach to deal with complexity of unknown requirements. Here, we deliver functional website with few important features that the customer can start using. This is called the first increment. Then, we go on adding the new features in the form of increments. It continues until the final product is delivered. This way, the final product is delivered through multiple increments. Now, let us look at the most preferred approach to deal with complexity. It is the Agile approach. Here, we deliver the smaller increments as well as refine the website through iteration. Here, the customer's feedback and change in requirements are adapted through multiple iterative and incremental deliveries. Iterations and increments continue until the final product is delivered. Due to this multiple delivery model, the project team can adapt to the changing requirements. Agile approach is the most preferred approach for the complex adaptive problems. And therefore, for addressing such complex adaptive problems in the most productive and creative manner, we need a systematic framework. A simple and lightweight framework is at our disposal called Scrum.
Right. I believe this video gave some clarity. Would have worked, I heard about iterative or incremental. Does this give some thoughts in your mind? How does an iterative works? Did you got it?
If the requirement.
All right. You got it? Okay, great. Great. So let me listen someone from here. So if you want to tell in one term, if somebody's asking the coffee time, hey, what do you call as iterative? What will be your answer? Yeah, please go ahead. Somebody's questioning you. In interview, somebody's questioning you. What do you mean by iterative?
Frequent delivery.
Frequent delivery. Okay. Now, what is the end goal of iterative?
It's continuous improvement.
Okay. Okay.
Refinement.
Repeat again. Missed it.
Refinement.
Refinement. Okay.
Filling out with the feedback, user feedback.
Feedback. Okay. Iterative means repeatedly. Something you're doing repeatedly. Why we have to do something repeatedly? What is the reason for repeatedly doing it?
Because you're not sure about the goal.
Okay.
Scope is changing.
Scope is changing. Okay. Okay. In the books or in a good reading, when you see the end goal, if you want
Constructive
to
feedback loops.
right, constructive feedback towards achieving some as an outcome. Now, for iterative, if you want to really remember something, you can remove the word correctness or perfection until you get something perfect or correct. What do you mean by correct, Sriram? This is what I want. Until then, you keep adjusting. For example, you're setting a flower pot on a table. Iteratively, you're adjusting it. Do you do that until you get that exact shape where you want? Leave the flower pot. Leave the flower pot.
Accuracy is more important than speed.
Right. Let's take the wall clock, which is internationally, whenever you put the wall clock on the wall, it won't be the right angle. Isn't it? Whenever you go put on the wall clock over the nail there, it will be slightly tilt. Then what do you do? This side, this side, this side. You keep adjusting. Why you adjust it? Repeatedly. You get a feedback of yourself. Somebody standing from the back can tell, hey, Sriram, no. Move left, move right, move left. Until you reach the correctness, you repeatedly do things. What you do repeatedly, that's a different story. Don't go to that. Don't start right away from there. Start why we do this. We do this to make the wall clock straight, a flower pot properly. A software clearly comes out. A cooking food should come up well, iteratively, until it reach that recipe, that taste. I'll add salt, I'll add sugar, I'll fry it, make it the best. How to get it best? Now comes a feedback. Now comes a review session. Now comes a requirement change. Those are how. But why? If you know why, then the what factor, how factor, those all helps better. So iterative is repeatedly, you refine it to make it best. Now who is going to give it repeatedly? Maybe my team, my project performing team, customer, both the sides. It's not always me, right? They also can comment. Customer can come and tell that, no, I just like this. Now that's iterative. Now what is incremental? What is our word incremental? What you got here? This video about incremental.
Deliver some value to customer after every iteration.
Deliver value in small parts.
Small chunks. Okay, I'm seeing some chat also. Deliver small chunk or value. Something to small. Is it small matters here, or the word increment has some other meaning?
ROI.
Increment.
Earlier, higher ROI. Earlier ROI.
Okay.
Working future.
Right. Increment means, can I say that one layer above the next layer, above the next layer? Can we go like that?
Yes, add on.
Add on. It's called appending add on. Like this classes today I started. Am I going to end here? No. Tomorrow, another increment. Again, another increment. I'm going to incrementally deliver you the classes. Why? I can do in a whole day, 8-9 hours, but doesn't add value. It'll get diluted after 2 hours. So when I give a small chunk, chances are you may get it properly. Now you will review it, analyze it, you'll give your feedback, add another increment, another increment. Now message here is, here speed matters. If you have a paper pencil, note down incremental hyphen speed, iterative hyphen correctness. Now read the word. Now tell me, do you see there is a meaning between iterative and incremental? correctness, speed. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? The words, when you see the words, iterative, it's correctness, incremental is a speed. Two things are here. Two are different. Shriram, I thought this is what Scrum. I think this is what Agile. No. Iterative is there for hundreds and thousands of years. Incremental is also for thousands of years. Am I right? Am I right? These two are there for so many years. Or you want to tell that no. We invented iterative only when Agile came in. We invented incremental only now. Do you want to tell like that? Or you want to agree that we are doing this years and years, incremental iterative? Do you feel that? All right. So I get a feel that we do it for so many years, not now. It's happening for so many years. Now, what's the beauty here? What is the beauty of iterative and incremental? Correctness and speed. When somebody is good in speed and give perfection, do you think if both can come together, that guy or that person is amazing? Speed and correctness. Can you remember anyone in sports with the speed and correctness? Can you tell me someone? Anyone name in sports who is speed and correctness? Usain Bolt. Speed and correctness, right? Perfection. Okay. Anything more? Any names comes out? Football. Messi. Messi comes out. Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo's speed and correctness. Do you see that? Right. Bruce Lee. Speed and correctness.
Michael Phillip.
Michael Phillip. Speed and correctness. Michael Jackson. Dancing on the stage. Speed and correctness. Thousands of people dance, but he made it perfectly, right? Michael Shoemaker. Speed and correctness. Now look at anything around you which is shining really well, which will have iterative, incremental inbuilt. That's called speed and correctness. Now let's go to the final word as becoming the last minute of the class. When the speed and correctness come together, what we call it as? Iterative, incremental comes together, what do you call it as?
Agile.
Agile. Agile. Scrum is a baby of Agile. Okay. So now when you say speed and correctness come together, that's called Agile. Under Agile, you can have anything. You call it as a Scrum, Kanban, Lean, Extreme Programming, Crystal methodology, dynamic system development, whatever method you want to call it. But the essence and mindset here is something I will give a repeatedly refine until reach perfectness. And also I will give small piece to get the feedback and correct myself. So when these three things come together over a period of time, you work 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, continuously, call it iteration cycle, whatever you call it as, then your delivery comes out. That's why when the product comes out, it's perfectly good for what customer needs. This was not highly followed in the year 1990s and 80s for some of the industries where the correctness and the perfection things can change because of market trend. So there people started liking, why don't we choose Agile? And that's where Agile came into picture. You call it the way implementation. How you do this? That's what we're going to talk in the class. But first you have to get the mindset, why we do this and what is called Agile. If you get that essence, now if you learn daily stand-up or a sprint planning or iteration review, all these terminologies are just a terminologies. You can easily learn once you get this essence of it. Have you got something here today? Did you?
Yes.
All right. All right. Very good. So it's just a kickstart today. In fact, we didn't go deep inside the subject. Being the first day, we are all basic introduction. So now what is expected? Tomorrow we have the class. In this class, expected is we have to get deep inside, talk about the 4 values and 12 principles very depth, one by one, what it is. We will not go too much line by line, but we'll talk the essence like this. Practical examples, we'll talk about this. And then I'll take you to the Scrum as a methodology. Scrum should be discussed very elaborately. I'll talk about the Scrum Master, Agile Leader. I'll talk about a product owner, how a team proportion look like, why a team is like that. We learn all those factors. Then we'll go for a Kanban methodology. Then time permits, we'll get into the next methodologies. More or less, this itself will eat a lot of time because many questions will come in this area. So this is the learning for coming weeks. I believe you all started listening well, writing well. one request to you before we go to Q&A session. We'll have a few minutes Q&A also. Coming back here, can we expect you to draw this picture today and post it today or tomorrow? Will you do that for the week 1?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
The essence is you have to get an idea. Now, whatever we discussed here, are you getting something very iterative? The degree of change is very high. You're getting something very incremental. The degree of frequency of delivery is high. They want more delivery. They have more changes. When two things come together, what you do? You touch something called Agile. So iterative, I said about until you get the perfection, changes keep on coming until you get the perfection or correctness. Speed of delivery. Some want delivery every 1 hour. Some want delivery every 3 days. Some want every 2 weeks. Some want every 3 months. It's up to them. But the frequency, the word is frequency. Frequency can vary. You don't need to tell what is exactly frequency, but frequency is high. When frequency is low, you go for here. So you mean Shriram predictive is nothing? No, it has its own intensity. But here it says there is no much degree of change. There is no much delivery expected. So what happened? The responsibility stands on your shoulder. You have to listen all the requirements properly. If you don't listen, you're screwed up. You're going to give single delivery or couple of delivery. You have to be very clear on your delivery. So don't underestimate predictive. Predictive is very tough. You have to understand this. That's the reason they broke down into pieces and they say, let's do small pieces delivery, and then also get the changes frequently. If your industry accepts, then you go to the Agile method. So what I expect you is, please draw this. When you draw this, think a story. What story you want me to think, Sriram? Anything. It could be the food, what you are cooking in the morning. Could be your Agile way of doing. Or the way you start from your home and you reach your office. Could be a 2-wheeler, 4-wheeler, or public transport. How you go. There can be something predictive, there can be Agile. Man, I thought you'll talk something from my office. Office every day we're doing. Don't think from there. Think from your personal things, then connect to the office. Chances are you may not forget this concept lifelong. If you connect everything with your office, chances are you'll forget it when you close your laptop. So better to learn in that angle. Start from there. It may help you. This is the one picture. The next picture, what I want to draw here is, I want you to get an idea. Whatever we do here comes from the lean concept, reduction of wastage. Lean is a bigger concept. Under that, we have multiple things. First, draw this. Then one day you'll get an interest to Google and see what is AUP. I don't know what is AUP, Sriram. I want to know what is DSM. You may Google it. Then you want to Google why Scrum is here. I thought Scrum is everything in the world. You know, I'm a Scrum Master, man. I learned CSM certification. I thought, I'm the superstar. Then I came to know that in the galaxy, I'm just a dot. Yeah, Scrum is just a dot. A lot more on beyond that. But Scrum is a really, really good method. But still don't think Scrum is the only thing in the world. There are many things around us we have to learn. So for this reason, I want you to draw this and learn it. All right, with this, we'll give a pass. Let's listen to questions for the day. Okay, let me see chat messages. All right, good. So first, vote of thanks to all people who participated in YouTube, LinkedIn, and are all the people here listening to the session. I believe we have started with some knowledge sharing today, and we may do more going forward. And I'll give a little pass here. If you have any questions, whatever discussed so far, or any questions towards the examination, feel free to ask. Okay, let's see some of you. If you want to show your face before I say bye-bye for the day.
Sriram, one question I had. So in the in the 15 minutes break, we were listening about that success story, right? He said like there is no break in the exam. I just wanted to know that. You know, it is going to be 120 questions at one go, is it?
That's true. If you pay 100 euros extra, PMI will give another break for you.
I don't want to do that.
Imagine PMI says, who pays 100 euro extra, you get 20 minutes break. Anyway, not that. I was just pulling on. So coming back, it's a 120 questions without break. See, what happened here is in PMP, there are a lot of complaints start rising. People get what to say, tired, exhausted. Some even get a heart pumping heavily when the exams are happening. It was 4 hours exam continuously. Too many complaints came in, and also people do at home. That is also stressful for them because of power supply, internet problem. Then in 2021, PMI decided, not 2020, 2020 they decided to give a break, one break. And then in 2021, they made it as a 2 breaks. This is how it started. I would tell recently the results of people clearing exam increased. One of the reason is break is also one of the reason. Okay, because it gives a little relaxation. I remember the day when I went to exam years back, 4 hours you have to sit. Some people control their natural call and they have to sit, which is unhuman activities. I know it is not a good thing to talk, but still, it's also a human thing, right? 4 hours sitting in the same place. Then PMI realized it, they changed it. Now, why I'm putting the topic here is, now PMI-ACP was not given more focus like what they did for PMP years back. Now, PMI-ACP is a turning very important exam last few 1 year. So to answer your question straight away, at present, there is no break if you are doing exam at home. So what about center, Shriram? I'm going to the center. In center, you have all the rights to take a break. You're sitting for a PMI-ACP exam. After 1.5 hours, you want to go for take a sip of water. Just put your hands up, and these guys will come, switch off your monitor, and ask you to go for the break. But the problem here is the clock will keep running. It is not the official break given by PMI Institute. But in PMI-ACP exam, I have not heard anyone, they have a time crunch to close the exam. Everyone said, I have 15 minutes, 20 minutes, even after evaluating all the questions. So this exam is going to give you enough time to close the exam. So I recommend people go to center-based, you can take a break. To answer your question, if you're doing exam at your home, no breaks allowed. Because they don't want you to move around. I don't know why. Because for PMP, they're allowing, here they're not allowing. Soon things may change. What I recommend, if you go to a center-based exam, plan the exam as 60 questions, again, another 60 questions. Do it for 1.5 hours, take 5 minutes break. Go out, drink water, refresh, come back and start. If you're at home, I am sure you have to control, you have to continue whole 3 hours. Hope that I answered you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Right. Another quick information for PMI-ACP, centers are easily available comparing to PMP. The centers are easily, they have some allocation seats, and ACP you'll easily get because not many people take exams. So you may be one among them, so you'll easily get it. All right, that's a good question. Any other questions? People from YouTube, you have any question? Let me see the YouTube people. All right, good. Not much questions today. Okay, good. Some more information to you. This exam content outline is a PDF. I would recommend you to read that at least once. Go through that, what they have given there, right? Sure, where to read? You scared me from the beginning of the program. ACP is a tough paper. I was in an assumption within 2 days I'll clear this exam. I have to go to office back. That's what I came to these classes. But the way you guys are explaining, the way you're putting success story, now you scared me whether to do this or not. There are some people here. I would tell it is not so tough, but I would tell some intensity will be there. And since you came this far, I would expect you to take the exam, work it out. The reason is when many are not doing, when something is a tough and you achieve it, that is a value. In the movie, you like the hero, heroine fighting back, right? A big villain, they're fighting back. Then only the movie gets a rhythm. The villain itself is a dummy villain. Then how do you get that rhythm? It should be a tough fight, okay? And that shows your energy level. So don't go with the easy stuff. Go for a tough fight and make it happen. That shows great value. But for the people who did PMP, I would tell you, you already halfway crossed. Some more push if you do, you can do that. So where to start reading? For any newcomer, start with Agile Practice Guide. If you are not a newcomer, you read it already, Read the microfit carefully now. You read it already, but now read it very carefully. And spend some time on Essential Scrum. There is another book I said, Essential Scrum. In that, take chapter something talking about the estimation techniques. Talk something about the velocity. Those things are well explained. I'll tell you, a really good book. Essential Scrum is good content. Okay, this will help you to be a great Scrum Agile person in your corporate. Read that as well. Then let's talk about the exams going forward.
Any specific like online from where we can get those books?
I'll ask Rahul to help you, but obviously you should get all the books now. It's all available, but Rahul will help you. Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Books, don't worry. Books are easily available. Only time is not available. In the sense, where I remember the days, sometimes I want to read, I will collect here and there all the books. Every book will come to the folder. There is a folder called books. The folder is folder. When you go and see the books folder created in 2016, 2016 created.
So a lot many people who cleared outlet ACP, they also said that in addition to ShriLearning, I mean, though your stuff is quite enriching, but they also told to write few mocks in the PM Prepcast. So is it advisable, sir, or you can just stick to?
This is sufficient. We have 5 exams. In fact, people do 3 or 4 with us and clear the exam. Okay. Prepcast you can do. I'm not stopping it. It may give a new taste, new flavor. But when something is sufficient, I don't think you have to hit hard, because I think we should have around 1,500 to 2,000 questions for Agile. So after you practice at least 5 exams, you would have covered almost 600 questions, which is a pretty decent number to clear the exam.
Right.
Okay. All right. Good. Nice. All right. Good. Right. Thanks a lot. I think we push extra 20 minutes. Thanks for sitting around here. This is a new timing change happened for us. Usually, I used to start PMI-ACP India time morning 7:30. People wake up and come. So early, Shriram. Now it has become like after breakfast and before lunch. For people in different time zones, little tough for them. So I believe it will take a couple of weeks to settle down. Let's utilize the time very efficiently and start up the learning process. Any help, reach out. Don't hesitate to mail or WhatsApp us, whatever help we will be giving you. At the same time, start reading from today. Without reading 2 pages, you should not close the day. 2 pages, at least page number, read it and close it. Page number 24, 25. I read 2 pages. Do that and close it. But somewhere you have to start. Okay. So with this, we'll come to the end of the session. Thanks a lot for being here. Thanks all for watching today, and we'll catch up soon. Good luck. Catch you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shriram. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.